Hello, everyone. Let's see. Can you hear me? It looks like you can. Hello. How are y'all? How are you all doing? I am Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. How are you doing? What's going on? I've got my glass of water. I have got some hot tamales, which are full of vitamins, and I'm back on a Thursday. How are you all? Mm. This is my first Thursday back from after the move uh, from, Ithaca to Atlanta. And I'm going to just put this chat right there so I can see you. Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. I was thinking about, oh, Krellin, you should get some hot tamales tomorrow when you go shopping. Uh, Either the candy or the actual version, whichever one you want. Like, it's fine. Um, have I have I taken my daily nutrient supplement, aka hot tamales? Uh, Not yet, but I will. Are we testing Spotify today? I was thinking about it, but I'm not going to test it today because I'm doing the arena on Saturday, and I've got like bunches of stuff to do. I was like, you know what? Rather than sort of thinking about that, I'm going to just sort of concentrate on getting the arena together for Saturday so we can go and try to test Spotify like maybe next Thursday. So we'll push Spotify off until after the arena, and then we'll go. Let me see. Hescape says, I have watched the trailer for the new Table Story show several times. I'm so excited. Hescape. Hescape, I feel like you are encouraging me to say a thing, like spill some beans, give some info, say something exciting. And maybe I will. Maybe I will say something exciting. Hmm. So there is a there was a thing that was lurking and I couldn't say anything about it until it was announced, but it was announced, and you know what? I bet I bet I can show you. Let's see. I think if I do this, let me see. Where did it go? My lovely, I wanna know. Hold on. Let me just put this in. Where am I gonna put it? I'll put it here. Woo. Nope. Wait. Pause. Not yet. Stop it. Boom. Thank you. Pardon me for a second there. I didn't want you to see it yet. Um. Uh. Did you say? Yeah. I am in a secret unannounced game, and it's apparently announced so that I can now actually uh tell you what it is. But let me see if I can go into studio mode so that I can see if I can get this going for you. Hello, studio mode. Don't make me sad. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's do it like you know what? We're gonna have to do it on the fly. We're gonna do it on the fly. We're just because it's not gonna do what I want. So here we go. Don't watch this yet. Don't watch it. Let me resize it. Hold on. Resizing. Whoop. And then it's good enough. Good enough. Good enough. And then let me more or less, right? More or less. That's okay. And then let me put it a little bit lower so that looks decent. Great. All right. All right. All right. Hey, I'm back. Uh, oh, Prax! Oh my gosh. Thank you for Prax. Thank you for coming in. I always feel that somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Whoa, I always feel that somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Ba-da-da-ba-bow. Hey, everybody. So, I just realized that we have the wrong alerts up, and I'm gonna just fix that as we speak right now. So, oh, and while I'm doing that, actually, I think I'll just probably play that trailer for you since it's right here. Um, where is it? There, and chat. Hey, I'm excited for it too. I just have to figure out what to do with his PC. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing hooky for 1 or 2 sessions. I don't know how much hooky will be involved. There'll be just like small amounts of hooky. Um, Look, I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing? Uh, Maybe I'm not missing anything. Maybe it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. It's probably not fine. So, just stopping by for some GM laughing. Oh, I'm ready for it. So, what am I going to tell you? Let me give you the overview. So right now, this week. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday, and we don't have a stream tomorrow. But on Saturday, which is the day after tomorrow, there's going to be an arena. I'm going to be running a GURPS arena. It's a bit of a play test. Sort of. It's like a bit of a experiment. Starting at noon Eastern time, and we have 5 or 6 people signed up, which means we've got 2 or 3 slots left. I think we've got 5. So if you want to fight in a GURPS arena on Saturday, starting at noon, then just sign up in our Discord. Yes, Discord. We've got a Discord. Sign up. There's a little channel in there. Say you want to be in it, and then you'll be put in there. We're going to be doing pre-generated gladiators based off of particular sort of the armatura, the sort of classic types. There'll be like a tad little bit of 5-second customization that you can do. I've decided after having some chats that we're going to do this sort of classic style with 1 bout per pair. So each fighter will not do multiple bouts. We'll just do 1 per. And then we're going to see how that goes. And I'm going to use that as a way to, check out running the arena and then thinking about how, if it works out well, how to run it in the future, because I've got some ideas about money so you can get better, upgrade your equipment, healing, right? So just thinking about ways to, and I would really like to do, what I'd like to do is do a ladder, like with brackets, like an arena with brackets, so that you do multiple bouts until we find out who wins that tournament. So I don't think we'll do that on Saturday unless I am amazingly productive tomorrow. If I'm amazingly productive tomorrow, which luckily we don't have a stream tomorrow, then maybe we'll do a bracket. We will see. It's up in the air, but I'm going to post all the relevant information for the people who are our gladiators in the Discord tomorrow, and then we will do it. Let's see. It's a pre-GURPS testing. Hey, Yomord. Roman Gladiator Reader, all about those glistening abs. Wow, GURPS has abs, algorithms. Hey, GURPS has everything. You name it, they have it. Yeah, I just have to do a lot of... Look, the big deal is that because GURPS is not officially supported in any VTT at this moment, you have to do everything by hand, and so I, as the GM, am going to do everything by hand for the players, so y'all don't have to do it. So that'll be just easy peasy for you all. So... That is what I'm going to be spending some time doing tomorrow. Getting all of that ready for you all. But Sunday is 11 o'clock. We may be doing Divinity Original Sin. I don't... Oh, Rissa, I'm going to play it. I just have to wait till I get there. I'm not there yet. So Sunday at 11 a.m., we may be doing Divinity Original Sin, Little Red Dot and I. I don't know yet. We'll have to see how she's doing. We'll have to see what her schedule's like, how her computer's going, all that business. So just keep your eyes peeled, or keep your ears open and your eyes peeled to just find out if we're doing it. If we are, I will let you know. I will let you know. And then Sunday night at 8 p.m. over at Praxagora, the Smophorius channel, we will be playing Romance of the Blue Rose, where I get to play my psychic hawk, Russet. And we are going to try to make it so that some people do not get fang sickness and other people do not succumb to corruption in the form of their evil dead brother. But as we learned from Romance of the Blue Rose, death is just a state of being, so, who knows? Coldrick says, spear is good, either a shield or casting net on the offhand. It depends on your type. If you're Hoplomachus, then you are spear and shield. If you are a Retiarius, I think it is, then you have net and trident. It depends. Now, of course, this GURPS arena will be using maps and tactical rules, which means people with spears have a reach of 2, people with swords have a reach of 1. So our spear people might want to, use their tactics to sort of keep out of range, So, this is how you do. Let me see. That said, that is this week, which takes us to the end of August. But what's happening? The end of July. But what's happening in August? What's happening in August, you say? Well, probably many things, but not this week, but next week is the start of Kolos. City of Light and Shadow Season 4 is going to start next week. Our opening episode, August 6th, is going to be a solo episode with Laugh Love Lindy's character Frida, and we're going to see how she's dealing with being rescued and her lovely husband and her crime empire. There's some exciting stuff that's going to start us off with a really lovely solo episode, and then after that, I think we're going to be Christmas. But there's something else. Yeah. Hescape, we're going to start with the solo episode. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. I'm really, I've got some ideas. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to see what we can do. But there's some opportunities of things that could be possible. We will see. So anyway, start Kolos next Friday. Not tomorrow, but in a week. Got a group goal for you to crush it? Rissa, it depends. It depends because I've offered the players um, some new narrative options, like to change the rules a little bit, to allow them to do various narrative things, and depending on if they choose them, we may not actually need group goals because they may be able to just have what they want by just narrating them. So we're gonna see. We're going to see what the players have chosen and how many players have chosen which options. So is Lindy ever going to get Alien running, and weren't you part of? No, I was not part of Alien, but I believe she had it going at some point in time. I believe she did. But so some of what will happen in terms of group goals and fate point donations and all that will really depend on what narrative options the players are going to choose to make Fate even more of a storytelling game than it currently is, just to allow them allow them options. And so I'm going to find out hopefully before the next group before episode 2 what everyone has chosen, so I can figure out what that's going to go. So we're going to see because they may not need group help depending on what choices they make. Is season 3 mostly early 42 and working up to the big meeting? Season 4, Coldrake. Season 4. Yes, on Lindy's channel, right? The alien was on Lindy's channel, and I'm sure she was running it. I'm pretty sure she was. She talked about it. So, yeah. So season 4, Coldrake, will be, I believe we're going to start the first group episode 2, like Christmas Eve is what I think. So we're going to be at Christmas Eve, the very, very end of 41, and then I imagine, look, again, I'm a game moderator. I'm not in charge of those herding cats. Yeah, thank you, Prax. Lindy's Alien game is once a month. Yeah, it's like once a month. Yeah. So look, I am not in charge of that game. The players are in charge of Kolos, and so what will happen, I will find out when they tell me. We're gonna start the group like Christmas Eve, and we may get to the Wannsee conference at the end of the season, or I don't know, they might decide to skip ahead and we might do the Wannsee conference in episode 3. Like, really, it's like the players are in control of the game, and so I just am along for the ride. My whole job is to just react to their schemes. So we'll find out. I mean, you like. I cannot answer that question, Coldrake. You'll have to ask the players what's going to happen, and then we will find out together. Carlin asks, what if they decide to skip the conference? Then they skip the conference. Like, I mean, again, yes, Coldrake? Yes. Coldrake just pinged me. Yes? What is it? Yes? What? So Krellitz, what if they decide to skip the conference? Well, just drops data for their players to use. Look, I just give them data and they do what they're going to do. Like, and Krellin asks, what if they decide to skip the conference? Then they do. I am, I am, I am not telling a story in Kolos, right? Like I am not running this as a storytelling GM, right? I'm not running this as a narrativist GM. I am not telling a story in Kolos. The players are telling stories in Kolos, and I am just facilitating their storytelling. I'm being the world and reacting to what they do. And if they want to go to the Wannsee conference, then they do. If they don't, then they don't. The world continues on and reacts to the things that they do. And I, as a GM, am not. Yeah, I'm not telling a story. Do you know what I mean? And I think for me, one of the things that makes me um, I think they should all decide to run away to some out of the way place like Nagasaki, Japan. They probably shouldn't go to Nagasaki. Well, they could go now. They can do whatever they want to do. History takes a dark slide downward after that conference. It does. It does indeed. And I think this is it's one of the reasons why people might think um, that look, the style of GMing that I'm doing is not for everyone because I'm not driving the story in that way. Like it's not. Uh, I don't have a I don't have a story that I want to tell that I'm going to make happen. Do you know what I mean? Like that's not I don't yeah, let me put it this way. I don't have a plot that I want to happen that I'm going to make happen and that the players are going to go along with it. Like I I mean, sure, I might do that for a one shot or like a two or a three shot because we have no time and players tend to want a bit more of a roller coaster in a short game like that. But for a longer campaign, uh, I'm not driving the story. The players are. If they don't go, they better do Frida's husband. They better do in Frida's husband to keep her safe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in the end, the players are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to decide what matters to them and what they're going to decide what matters to their players, and then they're going to do those things, and then I'm going to respond. On the other hand, uh, I have opened up some options for season four for the players to take over storytelling um, power. Uh, Coldrick says, "Oh, Trooper has so many disposable NPCs." Oh, yeah, that's what I just bring up NPCs that you may or may not want to kill, and you may not. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should. I'm just here to populate the world and then let the players do what they're going to do. But I am putting on the table some sort of narrativist options for the players, which still does not mean that I'm going to be driving the story. It just means that they're going to be driving the story more deliberately. So it'll be a less simulationist where I run the world, and it's more, and they will run the world as well, depending on if they choose those options. So uh, we'll find out. We'll find out what happens. Season four. I'm really excited to see what options they're going to choose, and if they choose options, like if they choose them, if they don't choose them, which ones they choose. Um, I take colas from Paris to Brazil, and it becomes an alt history movie with the boys from Brazil. Hey, it's up to the players to do whatever they're going to do. But I've optioned. I put out like one, two, three, four different options for the players to choose from, and they get to decide which ones they want. And I put out a survey, and we're going to find out. And like the first one is player narrative control um, the world, where rules is written, players yeah, they all move to Florida and they fight crime. They get involved in uh, the mafia stuff that was going on there. So in the player control narrative option, so in rules as written for Fate, players can pay a Fate point to declare a story detail. Although I personally am the way that I have run Colos so far is that is a bit constrained in the sense that they can only declare story details that are tied to an aspect in the world or their character sheet or that has been sort of established through RP. So um, they can, if they know that there are Nazis everywhere, they can certainly use that as a way to declare a story detail that there's like a patrol that's over in this space, right? So um, the way that I do the declare a story detail is to keep it grounded in the simulation, and that's how it is sort of by default. But this new option allows the players to just declare anything they want without paying a fate point, regardless of just anything they want. They can have whatever they want as long as it doesn't impact another player. So a player couldn't say, my character, you know, punches out this other PC because that's impacting another player. But other than interacting another player, they can do whatever they want. Um, You just finished a YA book about World War II. They end up messing up Himmler and his SS Knights of the Round Table myth based on supreme race dreams. Good. Right. So, like, a player could say, hey, we want there to be a flash flood. And then there's a flash flood. Or they could say, ooh, we want the general in charge of Paris to be a heroin addict, and that he gets his heroin from our allies. Done. Or they could say, oh, we want this NPC to be afraid of spiders. Done. We want this NPC to have a heart attack and die. Done. We want this NPC to be way more powerful. Done. Like whatever they want, they can have whatever they want. Whatever they think will make a better story, it is theirs. That is one option. That's they sort of like and they don't have to pay fate points for it. That you just get what you want. It's like this. They take a. Would that not be a bit OP? That's OP only matters if you're worried about balance, right? Like, and that's the difference between the different playstyles, right? There are different playstyles. In a playstyle where you're worried about balance because you're worried about a challenge, that what you're trying to do is challenge the players or their characters, then you do want to make sure that nobody has more power than anybody else or anything is not OP. But that's like a that's the gamist style. If you're going for a simulation style, that wouldn't work because you want the world simulation to fit. But if you're going for a narrative style, then it's totally fine because what matters is the story that the players are telling. And if the players think it would be better for the story they want to tell for there to be a flash flood, then there's a flash flood, right? So it's uh, we want a letter from Mama Tango to Sylvie and Sylvie to Regina. Yeah, so it's about like so what I want because I have not been running this as a narrativist game. I've been running it as a simulationist game, but I want the players to have narrativist options because we have a lot of storyteller players, and I want them to be able to tell stories if that's what they want to do. So that's one where they can and of course, if they are big storytelling players, they might just dictate things that are really bad for their characters, right? You know what I mean? Because that's how hey werewolf feels. Like a that's the thing that you decide what you think makes a good narrative, and then you tell that story, and those things might not be good for your character, right? Also, given the people troopers playing this game with are more likely to use this power to make things more difficult for their characters, not less. That is also true. Hey, Grinning Moon, I am doing well. Hey, Werewolf Feels. So that was the one. It was the option for them to sort of control the world, which was like that's like a big one. The second option, which is I suppose related to the first, but perhaps a little bit more constrained, is opt-in die rolls, which is that players only roll dice when they feel like it. Otherwise, they can just say what happens, right? So, um, if they say, yeah, I want to go and like kill these guards, but I don't want to roll for it. I just want to say what happens, and then it happens. If they want the dice to be part of the storytelling experience, then they can opt in and say, yes, I want there to be dice for this. Like for this interrogation, I think it'll be really interesting if we roll dice, and then we roll dice. If they're like, no, 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 I actually think that my character would um, would fail, that would be seduced by so and so, then it is so. Or like, you know what, I don't think my character would be seduced by so and then it is so. So basically, option two. Um, Option two allows the players just decide when they want to roll or not. Did Fate Reddit finally get to you? No, Fate Reddit did not get to me. They are the things that I'm doing are not what Fate Reddit would recommend, and they probably wouldn't like it either because I don't think they like much of anything. Um, Seriously. And then option three is self compels only. So by default, a player can self compel, the GM can compel, the other players can compel, anyone can compel. And if you don't want the compel, you pay a fate point and then you don't do the compel. Or if you take the compel, you get a fate point. So option three is that there will only be self compels. So as a GM, I will never compel the players. If they want bad things to happen to their character, they just choose that themselves, right? They're like, I'm going to self-compel, and then they can get a fate point for it. But otherwise, I will not compel them. So that's that option there. Self-compels only, so that it's up to them if they and the thing is they can always, like, in the rules as written, they can say no, but I do know that sometimes players like to hoard resources, and it puts pressure on them to decide, do I want to spend this resource or not to have that compel. Now, I personally find that tension between, do I want to give that fate point up, or do I want to not have the compel, or do you want to accept the compel? I personally find that fun. Like I find that like really interesting, but I know that that can stress out people as well. So I have the option for players to just, you just self compel. Like I won't compel you, you self compel. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't do it. And then the fourth option is a player's controlled writer's room, wherein the players write the stories for their characters. Um, would you like a fate point, the phase that triggers the fate anvil of fate? Right, yeah, because like maybe that stresses them out. So if you don't want to do it, you tell me when you want a fate point. You can say, hey, I want a fate point. Here's a bad thing I want to happen to me, and I'll be like, all right, good on you. And then like the last option is super narrativist, which is a player's controlled writer's room. Grinny, I'm totally gonna play it. We're on our way, but I have to play a trailer first. Yeah, and so then the fourth option is players controlled writers room, where the players. This is like for like super narrativist space where the players just tell me what stories they want to tell, and then I do it, right? So, like in a normal situation, also Grinny, I love you. In a normal situation, a player might say to me, "Oh, hey, my character wants to go and meet up with the chief of police and have lunch with them," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then they go and they do that. That's awesome. But uh, with this one, it's actually they stop being players and they become writers, and so they can say, "Hey, I want my character to." Fall in love with a soldier, and then I want that soldier to die tragically, and I'd be like, okay, done, right? So like the players, or they say like by the end of this season, I want my character to be in this position and spot. And I'm like, got it. So like the players can then give me a character arc that they want. Like they can basically they write their character arc, they write their what they want to happen, and then as their support, I just make sure it does. So that's like the writers room, because like sometimes players have stories they want to tell for their characters. They're like, this is the story I want to tell for my character. I want my character to do this, and this, and I want this to happen. And in heavy storytelling games, you know, those, like, Fate is not that heavy of a storytelling game, but I want the players to have that option to write their character story so they can be satisfied and get what they want. Drew will be very sad if they don't give him a chance to offer them. Oh no. Rissa, that's the thing. I am not invested one way or the other, right? Like my job as a GM is to give the players what they want and to make my players happy. And if my players want me to offer them fate points, then I will do so. If they don't, then I will not. It is not yeah, like my purpose is to um my purpose is to let the players shine however they want to shine, and have them feel safe, comfortable, and have fun. And if they're not having fun, then I'm not doing my job. So, um, yeah. So for me, I right, I'm not invested in my own ego in that way. I am here to give the players what they want, and if what they want is for me to torture them by offering them fate points, then I will do it. If what they want is for me not to torture them by offering them fate points, then I will not do it. So, yeah, that is that one. I loved it every time Greg said, "Trooper, do you want a fate point?" And I would just go, "Oh yeah, give me a fate point. I'm into it." Hey, wait a second. Who are you, and what did you do with Trooper? What happened to the GM being there to? Um, have you seen your face when you make those offers, though? The thing is, I, I, if my players are not having fun, I will not have fun. That's the thing, right? Like I think that the GM has to have fun too, but I will not have fun if my players are not having fun, and I want my players to to have fun and to get what they want. Otherwise, I will not have fun, um, and that is 100% true. So, um, I don't yet know what our players are going to do because the survey is out, but we will find out before the season starts. But didn't the players' character kind of sort of write their own story when they made actions, decisions, fate pointing, and taking the hit? Which means, but there's a difference, right? There's a difference because. Um, the Grinning Moon says, I'm currently attempting to organize my first live game in Call of Cthulhu. Nice. And I'm starting to feel the crunch of pre-production. Oh, Grinning Moon, I see you. I see you. I know it. I know it. I know it. There's like another game that is like lurking in the corner that might happen in August, but I haven't heard back from some people that I need to hear back from. And when I do hear back from them, there's probably gonna be a pre-production crunch like whoa, like whoa. Um, so didn't the players kind of sort of write their own story? See, that's interesting. Those are different ways of thinking about story. Right. This is the thing that I've been having a discussion I've been having online a little bit. There are different ways of thinking about story. Um, I, in my sort of in my preferred space, in kind of like a simulationist space, enjoy what I like to call emergent story, where like the story emerges based on uh, actions and die rolls and reactions and what happens. Um, but the thing about emergent storytelling is that it may not result in the story that the players want. Um, right? Like if the players want X for their character, the dice may not give them that, or the circumstances may not give them that. So, for example, I might think, I don't think this NPC would do X, Y, or Z. But a player might think, but I really want this NPC to do X, Y, or Z because I think it's good for the story or the story that they want to tell for their character. And so, if we do it sort of like that traditional way, that thing that they want just may not happen. And then they may be dissatisfied or frustrated because the thing they wanted to happen doesn't happen. The dice, none of that, it just didn't work out that way. So I want to give them the option of just having it happen. Like, what do you want to happen? You can have it, right? Um, and this is not always like a positive thing. It could be a negative thing, right? Like there might be a situation where a player really wants their character to die heroically at the end of a of a scene, and the dice may not the dice may not agree with that. Now, fate is interesting because you can always do like a sacrificial concede. You can take yourself out and say you can just declare that your character dies, and then for that sacrifice decide what happens for it. So like those things are always an option in Fate, but I just want to make it more clear that these things are a bit more expansive, a bit more open. That rather than an emergent storyline, you can have a more directed storyline as a player if you want. Um, Coulter says, take time to remember to breathe, and there is such a thing as too much prep. That is true. Grinny says, I don't think I would ever pre-plan a story. I would want a loosely based plot, but also want my players to have free reign, so to speak, so they can do exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I never pre-plan plots. I don't, unless it's like a one-shot. Like when Tango ran out of the club and shot the big bows in the jaw because his character got triggered. Yeah, and so here's the thing. I always prefer dice being involved. Neat stuff tends to emerge, right? But that's if you. But see, Scabbynack, you use the operative word. You said I always prefer dice being involved. Neat stuff tends to emerge, in my opinion. But not everybody wants an emergent storyline. Some people have the story that they know that they want, and that is what they want. If they don't get it, that can be really frustrating, and it can be unfun for them. So people don't always want emergent storylines because, again, it's also important to note that emergent storytelling often does not follow traditional narrative structures. And if what is going to make you happy is a traditional narrative structure, emergent storytelling may work against that. And I want people to get what they want. And if what they want is a more traditionally structured narrative, I want them to be able to do that. I am not going to do it, right? But I'm going to give them the tools so that they can do it. Bad rolls are good rules for tossing grenades in the flow of the game, but they may not be the grenade. But somebody may not want that, right? They may not want some random grenade. They may want the grenade that they choose rather than some random grenade. You know what I mean? So it's I always used to prefer because I've run into plenty of folks who really don't like it. Yeah. Hey, Valtail, how are you? So like that's the thing. I think I want to when Tank ran up the club and shot the big Gonzo in the jaw because character got triggered. And it's like, what I think is interesting is that maybe in this version, right? Because what happened in the game itself is that the guy didn't die, right? He got shot in the jaw, but he escaped, right? Like I had him concede and escape, but maybe that's not what Stiver would have wanted. Maybe Stiver would not want him to escape, but would want to just have killed him right there. And so then gives the space for the players to just say this is what happens, so they can tell the story that they want to tell. And I want to make sure they have those options. I'm probably, how late am I going to stream? Probably 9, because I started like like at 9:20, so like maybe like 20 after, so like maybe 9:20. Did something happen last season? I haven't kept up. Sounds like no, nothing happened. But it's always important for me to be really responsive to my players and pay attention to them. Unlike some people, I'm always like looking at my players and seeing how they're reacting to things and seeing how they're feeling and what things they're liking and what things they're not liking, and I want to give them options. And of course, these are options. They don't have to take them. They can say, "Nah, I like it how it is," and then not take them. Or can be like, "Oh, I really like this idea," and then take that one. And I'm going to basically I'm getting a survey, and I'm going to find out what the players like, and then I will um, give them their options, as it were, because I want people to have I want people to have fun, and I want people to tell the stories they want to tell. And I think what I would say is that I think that the longer you play a character, it also depends on style, right? What is your favorite type of story? Ooh, I am a the French Resistance is basically all German. Uh, that's true, right? Three Germans and an Indian prince actually is what we have at the moment. Um, which there you go. Um, what is my favorite type of story to play in? Grinning Moon. I'm going to answer that question in 1 second. In 1 second, but first I've got to play the trailer. So yes. So basically, yeah, I'm just basically allowing more player control is what I'm doing. I'm the player that sees a cursed object and says, "Let me lick the cursed object. Chaos is my friend, much to the chagrin of my fellow playmates." Yeah, so like just me personally, what I'm doing is I'm giving the players the option of having more control over what happens in the world, as opposed to like like the kind of the traditional. There's like the traditional split where the player controls their character and the GM controls the world, and I am just giving them the option to also control the world if they want, right? And to have more player control to tell the stories I want to tell. Because I think the longer I find that, especially if a person is a storytelling player, the longer they play, the more they want. Not all people, but like you know, if you are a storytelling kind of player, the longer you play that character, the more invested you become in that character, the stronger feelings you have about how that character's story is supposed to go, and the more frustrating it can be for you if it doesn't go that way. And I don't want my players frustrated. You know what I mean? And so I just want to give them options if they want to use them. And because I just feel like, that's that's important to me. It's important to me to make sure that the players always have the tools that they need to be happy. That's important to me. So that's next week, which would be August 6th. I believe August 8th. Please don't. I'm pretty sure it's August 8th. Am I lying to you? I want to make sure that I'm not doing this wrong. Um. Ooh. Let me just check. I believe. Right? Is this true? Is this true? Is it the 8th? Is it the 8th? Is it the 8th? I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Hey, Anio, how are you? Okay, oh, good. Thank you, Hescape. Good. I'm glad I wasn't wrong. It is August 8th. Um, Table Story is. Oh, I forgot to note, one thing. Uh, yes, uh, KY Hawkeye is hosting Critical Role tonight because I am not caught up. So here's the thing. On August 8th, I'm going to be on a show, 8 episode show over on Table Story called, well, just gonna, it's Blades in the Dark, and I'm gonna just show you the trailer. Right now, I'm gonna do it for you to look at the trailer. This is the show that's coming up, not this Sunday, but in a week. Right? Right? What do you think? Blades in the Dark. Uh, it's gonna be very cool. So it's Sunday the 8th at 4 p.m. Eastern over at Table Story. Domestic Dan is GMing. We've got a very cool cast. Myth and PB, Classy Katie. It's Brad. It's gonna be very cool. It is a homebrew setting. I don't know how much I can tell you. It's kind of it's a homebrew setting, sort of a D&D-ish sort of a world, although still kind of Victorian, sort of like a Victorian D&D, you know? And we are in no way sketchy people. I mean, why did I look like I was part of the Spanish Inquisition? Such an interesting question. I wouldn't consider myself part of the Inquisition. I mean, that seems like much, but can I show you something? I just want to show you one thing. Just one thing. Just 1 second. I'm going to show it to you because I care. Give me a second. Oh no. Well, heck. Well, ooh, that's interesting. Hey, everybody. You're gonna have to see my rack and my banjo, uh, because I broke a jar. That's exciting. You'll just have to see behind the curtain. Uh, it's just a that's just life. Uh, I'm not gonna be able to pick up those pennies at the moment. So I just found out something. The illusion is ruined. No, you can see right now that I'm not finished unpacking because right there is a box that is not unpacked. Those are my USPS buckets that still have some stuff in there. This is my rack of all of my toiletries right there. So like I've got like shampoo and what's that, hydrogen peroxide and vitamins and whatnot. So that's my rack of well for here. Hold on. Where did I put that? Here we go. If my curtain's down, then at least we can do that. There you go. We'll at least do that. Uh, there all right, and there's my banjo. So anyway, that is that's gonna be some cleanup I'll do once the stream ends. But I bought this cane, but it looks like the cane is broken, and so it's not gonna work for my character. Don't worry though. I have two canes. I got two different canes. I got one cane and then that cane didn't come in the mail, so I got a second cane that was different. And then the first cane did come in the mail, so now I have two canes, which means this cane that um, I was going to use, but I can't anymore because it's broken. Clearly, um, I'll just use the other one. So, but I'm going to show you this cane that I can't use anymore, just to give you a sense of the character that I'm playing. Uh, so this was the head of the cane for my character, but I can't use this cane anymore because uh, it it broke. Right? I didn't. I was like, oh, huh. All right. Well, that's no good. Actually, you know what? It might have come broken. I'll have to think about that. I should probably contact them and let them know that it came broken, and see what I can do about that. But it's okay. Uh, no, the thing is, if you can see, like there's like it looks like the inside of the cane is broken off inside of this head, uh, because then, right, if you look here, right, it's yeah. Grinny, I know the cane is awesome, and yeah, and I was really excited because my character, who is in no way shady, would totally have a cane with a creepy skull head on it. Uh, why would my character have a cane with a creepy skull head? Really? Who knows? Who knows? Luckily, however, I have this second cane with a skull on it. It's not as cool as that skull, mind you. But I have a second skull cane which I can use for the eighth. I'm just sad that my super creepy skull cane is broken, and it. I need to go and do something about that. Yeah. Does the creepy head honor the Baron? Maybe, maybe. So yeah, my character's in no way shady, but might have a creepy skull-headed cane for no reason. But I will tell you what, all of my cosplay is in for this character, and it's over there, and it's probably gonna be kind of hot, all the layers, but dude, Trooper, a friend of the family is going to make me a bone wind chime. And I'm like, oh, nice. Yeah, just a friendly sort of person. My character in the Blades of the Dark. It's gonna be fine, and I don't think you should be worried about any of the plans my character has. And I mean, okay, let's be fair. You as the audience should not be worried about any of the plans my character has, but some of the other PCs might need to be worried about it. But don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Anyway, so it's gonna be we're gonna do like a really awesome Blades in the Dark game, where right? That's it. This is not as hot as wearing feathers in a well, the thing about those feathers and the rubber burb mask is that I'm wearing a t-shirt underneath. I'm going to be wearing like a, you know, undershirt, of course, dress shirt, stand-up collar, jabot, vest, coat, perhaps also a cloak, hat, creepy cane, at times maybe even a mask. It's unclear. I mean, maybe also even creepy sunglasses. I mean, I'm just saying it's gonna be a lot of layers. Wig, also a wig. I mean, just a lot of layers is all I'm saying. Also, I believe none of this because I talked to Dan about about this show, right? And it's super friendly. And yes, Rissa, it is time to bring up the Long Dark because I like to try to start playing in under an hour after live time. That is our life. So let me see. What is there we go. So creepy character. Not creepy. Sorry, not creepy character. Totally friendly character. Not creepy. My character is not creepy at all. Nope. Not at all. In no way. I wouldn't even worry about it. So, Grinning Moon asked me a question, which is, what kind of gaming experience do I enjoy as a player? And the gaming experience I enjoy as a player is very similar to the gaming experience that I enjoy as a GM. I can enjoy many things, right? Like, I mean, I can enjoy many things. I am flexible as a... Let me go over to the game. Let's see. There we go. Nice. We're just gonna, start going. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just have it go while we're chatting about the things. I think Mackenzie's fine. He's a bit of a complainer. But
looks like a new day is dawning.
see, this I can't wait for. I have much excitement. Oh, Grinny. I feel like you, Grinny, will like my character. I feel like other people might be distressed by my character, but I feel like you will like my character very much. So, yeah. I'm a little over encumbered. Where are we? And I'm gonna say about the game experience. Okay, so we're here, right? We need to get up here is where we need to go to this hunting lodge. So we need to, I suppose, make our way across this bridge somehow. We'll see what we can do. Right? Like, Mackenzie just needs to stop being such a... He just needs to get over all of his stuff. That's it. So we're gonna travel. Ooh, sweetheart of mine. Oh, there's a song by the Groovegrass Boys that I was just thinking of right now, and it just popped into my head. So we want to go this way. Okay, we might have to get outside of this fence. Oh, Grinny. I feel like when I say that Grinny especially will like my character, I feel like other people are no longer going to believe that my character is not shady, but my character would tell you that they're not. Oh, hey, look, it's a wolf. That's not great. Let me pull out this gun right now. That wasn't it. Gun. No, gun. No. Okay. Fighting back. Wrong. Go. Sorry. Wait. Go. No, fight back. Hey, everybody. So that
Need
was
some first aid.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah. First aid. Cool. You know how we left that building? Why don't we go back in the building? I know it was so funny. We were like, haha, let's leave the building. Let's go back inside the building. You know what, we're gonna just go inside this building. And then we're gonna close the door, if I can. Just close that door. Or not. Or we're gonna take our gun out and we're gonna get ready. Because, I'm bleeding. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. It's great. Everybody. I'm just, gonna back up. Hey, Gondlar, how are you doing? I'm in a room, feeling real fine about my life. Just okay. Hi. We've got some blood loss. Just, it's great. We're gonna use, this, yeah,
Come on.
Are you okay? Like oh, it didn't work. Great, okay, sure, we're gonna do that again. Oh no, it's for wound infection. Yeah, okay, sorry, that's what that is. That wasn't, okay, it's great, I am not excited about that wolf is gunning for me. If the character would be really shady, he wouldn't have a creepy skull in his cane. That would be way too suspicious. Who doesn't like a skull on your cane? Like, who doesn't like that? Let me also just so I have a sprained wrist. Oh, that's fine. It's okay. Yeah, we've got a wolf that's right there, and I'm gonna try to shoot it. And it's running away. The wolf was beatboxing, because the wolf is like a beatboxer. Nope. Give me a second. Ooh, did you hear that tinnitus? Sweet. We're going to, we're going to, I don't know if I can kill the wolf from here. But, like, it doesn't look like there's a window. So, like, maybe I can. I don't. Oh, I like creepy skulls and caves, but I'm also not shady. Oh, yeah, that's fair. My character's also not shady. I mean, he just has a creepy skull and a cane, and dresses like he's in the Spanish Inquisition. I mean, you know. I mean, it's not even a big deal. I wouldn't worry about it. I'm gonna just try to kill this wolf, because clearly this wolf is gonna be a problem for me. People who are shaded never admit to being shady. What? What? And that's part of why they're shady. I just feel like you're so suspicious and skeptical. Well, he's running away, which is probably good. Why don't we just keep going then? Why don't we just keep going? Yeah, we're gonna just, it's morning. Morning has dawned. So the question is, what kind of experience do I like as a player? And I said it was the same as what I like as a GM. And what I prefer, like my favorite experience, what I like the most, is there's a bridge. That bridge is very exciting. It makes me suspect that this ice is not thick enough for me to walk across safely. But I also feel like I should just try. You know? Like, I feel like I should just try. Scabbing Neck, I have a list of people who've told me I can have their eyes when they die. Does that make me shady? Yeah. Your favorite things to play... Bridges. No. Okay, look, we're gonna try to walk across. And we're gonna see if we die. I feel like we can make it. I feel like we can make it across without dying. I mean, it doesn't sound great, but we're making it across. Look, we're not dead. We didn't die. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Look at that. There was no death at all right there in that moment. You're probably right. Yeah. Okay, so what I like best as a player and as a GM is I like emergent storylines. What is that sound? When has bad eyes where I slowed you down? Well, that's also fair. Let's go into this building. So I like emergent storytelling. As a player, my preference, if I can have whatever I want. Hey, look, it's a hunter's blind. I bet we can kill all the wolves up here if they decided to hang out with us. They are not currently hanging out with us, but that's okay. You know, while we're here, we're gonna just eat some of these cattail stalks just to top ourselves up a little bit. You know, just while we're here, you know. Frozen Lake Crossing, now with 100% less death. Yeah, so what I'll say is, okay, so to use a little bit of the Forge theory, because that is often an easier thing for me to sort of frame. No, okay, come back when you're ready. Gritty, come back. Gritty, come back. Ooh, I need more water, everyone. Just thought I'd share that one with you. Ooh, birds. Bird calls. You know, I wonder if this place is safe where we're at. I don't know. The sound is beautiful. All right, so going back to some Forge theory for a moment, they talk about. I hope the bear's not hanging out with us right now, because that is not going to be great. Also, I do not think I can do anything about the bear until I get the magic spear and helmet. So I just gotta hope. All right, so Forge theory talks about 3 different stances for players. Oh, there's a cave. Interesting. We'll check it out. Player stance, author stance, and director stance, with a subset of author stance being pawn stance. I find I think they messed up in how they define them. I like the terms. I would just use them slightly differently. The helmet is magic. The spear is mundane. That's probably true. So let's check out this cave and see what's in there. Just see what's in the cave. So I will tell you how they define the terms, and then I will tell you how I would switch the names up a little bit, because I would switch up the names a little bit. Let's just use these cardboard matches for a moment, because I don't think this is a pretty. I feel like this is not an extensive cave. I feel like it's pretty small, and we can probably just you know, give a quick check it out. Save before cave. Cave has bears. Oh, ouch. All right, I'll save. No. Put it away. Save. Nope. Save. No. Save. Yes. I haven't played in a while. I forgot the commands. You know when you haven't played in a bit, and you're like, wait, what do they do? We've saved. I think actually what I'm going to need, to be honest, is I'm gonna need nope, that's sprinting. I don't want to do that. I want nope. Nope, that's sprinting. That's the one. Sorry, I was like, which one is it? It's this one. I got it. Okay. Here we go. Light. Let's see what we can see in this cave. I suspect this cave is mostly just a shelter, and there's not much in here that'll be interesting. Oh, that's okay. Well, all right. So this is a good place for us to sleep if we need to sleep sometime in the near future. That's great. There's also a little bit of wood in here, so this looks like a good spot. We're going to oh, hey, look. I don't want to place it anywhere. I just want to extinguish it. That's it. I feel like we probably don't need to do that just yet, so I feel like we'll just wait a little bit. I think we should just push forward and see how far we can get, because maybe we can get to the cabin, because it is pretty early in the day. Like, and we're not far from that cabin. I bet we can make it. Let's see what we can do. All right, so the three stances. They define actor stance as when a player makes it's about like how you go about making choices. I don't think I can mark spots. I think I just have to remember that it's by the hunter's blind, because I do not see a way for me to yeah, I don't think I can mark it. I just have to remember it. Okay, what do we have here? Wolves. Bridge. Well, we're going to have to come back around. So, author stance is when the player makes choices for their character based on what the player wants, right? So, like, player's goals. Right, the player uses their knowledge, their experience, and their goals, and then they just make the PC do what they want. And pawn stance is basically the next level of that one, where they really what they're taking into account is basically what they want as a player. It very often aligns with gamist games, right? Because gamist games tend to challenge the player, not the character as much. Like, the goal is to challenge the player with hard mysteries and big puzzles and hard challenges, and then the player then is like, okay, well, I know that trolls are allergic to fire, or they're vulnerable to fire, so let me do that, or how do I think this right, you're making you as the player are sort of driving. You're the one being challenged, so you make choices based on yourself. I personally do not like calling this author stances, which is what they call it, because I feel like you should call it director stance, right? Because directors tell the actors what to do, and so for me personally, I would call this stance director stance, not author stance. I would flip director and author stance is what I would do. I think that I would flip those two terms. That's what I would do. But I like the concept. I would just flip the two terms. Trolls that are allergic to fire would be interesting. Can we get through this door? I hope we can. Yes, we can. Look, I think it'll be fine. Let's close this gate though while we're here. You know, let's do that. Right. So, um, a person who's in what they call author stance, what I would call director stance, would not have their character make choices that their player knew were bad choices. That would not make a lot of sense to them. You know what I mean? Like that would they're like, why would I do that? That's a bad tactical choice. I'm not going to make that choice. Um, if I think the villain is, if I've worked out in my mind, if the GM has given me all the gate's closed, will be harder for you to get away from bear. But what if the bear's on the other end of the gate, right? Like I just don't want the bear coming through. That's all I'm saying. Right. So like if the GM gives you a bunch of like clues to a puzzle, and you as a player figure out the puzzle because the GM gave you these clues, and you're in what they call author stance, which I would call director stance, and you figured out, you would just push the button or move the slider, right? Because you figured out, so it's cool. Other stances may not do that, right? Other stances may not make those choices because different stance. So that's what they call author, but I would call director stance. What they call director stance is most often associated with narrativist games, where what you do as a player is you make choices based on what makes the best story, right? So you make decisions not based on what your character would do, but what you think would make for a really good story. Well, at least I scared it off, right? I mean, there's that. Let's see if we can get to this cabin. How far away is it? We're close. Okay, we just have to continue forward. Also, while we're here, we're going to continue eating some of these cattail stalks, because I feel like if we're not hungry or thirsty, we're less likely to miss those shots, because I think there's a negative impact on like not being a happy person. So, and once we get to that cabin, I hope we can, make water. Just, these are thoughts that I have. Okay. So, if you're in what they call director stance, which I would call author stance, what you do is you make decisions based on what will be best for the story. Oh, hello. All right. I'm going to just walk this way sideways. I'm not going to turn my back to you. All these stance terms and what I player preference in play isn't all this game theory-ist. I mean, I've never GM'd. Does a GM go through all this analysis? Depends on Coldrick, it depends on the kind of GM you are, right? Like there are GMs who don't care about theory and then they never think about it. You can make water against the nature, like, I can, that's true. And the thing is, what I would note is that all that theory was read by GMs and by game designers and players and people who were in the Forge, who are part of the Forge scene. They all thought about it quite a lot. And many players who are, if you're into theory, then yes, you think about it. If you're not into theory, then I suppose you don't. Though there are a lot of wolves around here, and that makes me unhappy. We're gonna just note that there's a wolf over there to my right, and we're gonna just...
Wow. This must have been really nice once upon a time.
Yeah, I know, Mackenzie. Don't make small talk right now, because I'm not excited about the small talk, because there's a wolf that's like just stalking me, and I just want to, enter that vehicle. Though I will say that a lot of the kind of theory that the Forge came out of, right? I mean, it came out of an IRC channel, and that's a bunch of gamers, and it came out of, what's his face? Who wrote this one book? He was part of the Ravens and Pennies blog. He's that guy. He talked about the ways in which players have been and GMs have been talking theory from the very, very beginning, just using different terms for it. Things like, are you a Monty Hall GM? Or, Hello, battery. Yeah, so there've been a lot of different people have been, is it, I mean, really, that whole thing that the Forge came out of was a way to try to push back against the simple binary that was really popular at the time of role players, ROLL, versus role players, ROLE, and trying to sort of come up with sort of just slightly a bit more ways to think about it, with, more options than just two. Um, so, like, that was, like, I think, a very big motivator, was thinking, like, oh, there's more than just these two ways. There's, like, multiple ways of thinking about it. So there's that, right? But the idea being that there are those players that will then make their choices based on what is not what their character would do or what they would do, but what they think is better for the story, right? So that you are sort of working as an author to tell the story rather than, you know, other options. And then actor stance is where you make choices based on what your character would do, regardless of what you might do as a player or what might be
Now,
best for the story. That, like,
find that spear.
let's put this away. That your central motivator is what your character would do. What is this? It's a curtain. Great. I'm gonna take this curtain, everybody. I'm gonna take it. So, and I would also say that while back in the 80s, you did not want to play in a dude's Monty Hall, give them hyper rare magic items all through the. Although some players really did like Monty Hall GMs. I mean, there's a reason why GMs became Monty Halls, because a lot of players wanted that. They were like, give me all this stuff. I mean, it takes all kinds. And then you kill Tiamat. You know what I mean? Like, and then you're like, I killed Tiamat at level 3. Some players, that is what they wanted. They wanted to kill Tiamat at level 3. That's their life.
Thank goodness.
How that goes. Let's see what we have here. I'm just going to take all these granola bars. Also, I kind of wish I had a granola bar right now, but that's fine. Anyway, so you've got actor, director, and author. I would just flip
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
the definition of director and author. That's just me, but whatever. And I will note that because people were thinking more deliberately about this, they then started making games that more deliberately served these different goals, right? Because when the Forge was coming out, what you had was basically a bunch of gamist games that encourage you to be in what they would call author mode, what I would call director mode. You had a lot of that, right? That was what a lot of the games were. But then you had a bunch of simulationist games that had come out that were hello Spear, that were starting to dominate the industry. Champions, GURPS, like a bunch of other games like that sort of were. And these folks, have I ordered dinner yet? No, I have not ordered dinner yet. I'm gonna do that after stream. So here's the spear. I am not going to pick it up just yet because the game wants me to, and I don't want to pick it up just yet because it makes me nervous. I don't want to pick up the spear until after I look at the entire place, in case the minute you pick up the spear, the bear jumps in and murders you. Just in case there's going to be, like, bear murder, I'm going to just, wait. Just wait a little bit. But also, I really need to go and, like, deal with the fact that cane is broken, and tell them about it. And I probably am going to... There's a basement, everyone. Well, all right, let's see what's in the basement. The phone! The phone's ringing. What? Did you hear that? There's a phone. Where is it? Phone? Hello? It's over here. Where's the phone? Wait. Phone. Light. Give me light. Phone. Yeah. Go. Phone. Phone? Hello? Also, hi, Atomica. I always feel that somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Whoa, I always feel that somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Also, I missed the phone. But let's open the phone box. Uh, was that creepy? Wait, hello, Atomica. Thank you for those bits. Also, thank you for the raid. Thank you very much. Yeah, nothing bad ever happened to a black in a dark basement. It's gonna be totally fine. Save at pre-spear. Yeah, I'm totally gonna save at pre-spear. So, here's what's up. The phone was ringing in a super mysterious, sketchy way that makes me nervous. And I am going to avoid thinking about that by taking a moment to sing a song, because we got bits. And when we get bits, we sing. And specifically, we sing, I should not put that there. Well, I'll figure out where I'm going to put it. I haven't figured out where I'm putting everything yet. Oh, no, wait. There. We're going to sing We're in the Money, as sung by Ginger Rogers in the film Gold Diggers of 1933, which means I'm singing it in Pig Latin. I should not put that there. Oh, you should totally put that there. And so. Irway and hey, the anime. Irway and hey, the anime. Iway at gale at way at way at way at way x to ute at gale ang way. Irway and hey, the anime. Either I skays are on say. Oh man, the aviation pray, we are a who they was stand way on rail. Iway when eat red lands lay, way at brands lay, day. And when we see the end, the will look let the eye get in the eye, we're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Stop kicking the router. The router is not even in this room. I can't even touch the router from here. Why do you say stop kicking the router? There's the router is way over there. It is way over there. You cannot see it, but there is a wire that goes along that wall behind those bookshelves up. Oh, actually, no, you can't see it from this angle. Up the door frame, through the top part of that door, down the hallway, along the ceiling, over the bathroom door, then over towards the door to Dot's room, and then in, and then over her closet, and then down, and then across to where her router is. It's the router is not in this room. It is far away. Far away. The phone is Amazon's fraud department. Want to confirm a $1,000 order they just need. Yeah, Volpez. I have been getting phone calls from people that really want to that are very concerned about the warranty, for my car, because it's expiring, the warranty for my car, and they're very, very concerned about it, and they're calling me to, like, they need me to call them back, right, to deal with that situation. It's really bad, and if I don't call them back really soon, the warranty of my car thing, it's a big deal. I don't have a car, so that's interesting, but yeah, ooh, hey, look, it's a flashlight. Awesome. I get those calls too, but at least I have a car. That's true. Man, once they called me about my house, like my house mortgage, and I was like, oh no, my house mortgage. I don't own a house. So, Valtiel says, I too do not have a car, but I get those calls at least 3 times a day at least. I know, right? We get the call twice a week on the landline that has no account attached to it. So they get so belligerent when I'm... Yeah, no, what I did when I got the last time I got a call about, like, this really dangerous, horrible thing that's happening to my car, is I was very concerned. I was like, oh no, thank you for calling me. I'm I'm very, very concerned about this, and, oh, the battery's dead. Oh, I wonder how I fix the battery. Huh. I wonder what kind of, I wonder what kind of, I wonder what kind of flashlight it is. I wonder if there's some way to, workbench that in some kind of a way. We'll see. But right now we're going to have to turn on our actual lamp. I'm making a game to try to keep them on the line as long as possible. Yeah, I sometimes also do that, Scabby Neck. So I remember the last time they called me and I actually got an actual person and not a did you hear that? Interesting. And not a bot. I was like, oh, wow, thank you so much for letting me know. I'm really...
That'll come in handy.
Like, really worried. Thank you. I'm so distressed. Could you tell me which of my 2 cars it is that the warranty has expired on? Because I have 2 cars, and I'm not certain which one it is, but, like, I totally will give you whatever...
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
You should relax. Relax. So, like, I will totally give you whatever information you need. You just have to tell me which of my 2 cars it is. And, of course, they could not do that because they're scammers. Atomica, why are you in a super good mood? Meet up at the abandoned hunting lodge on the outskirts of Mystery Lake Park. GPS coordinates. We have to stop these Briarhouse corporate Blakes. That's cool. I don't... Wait. Forest Talker Cache Maintenance Yard. Okay, cool. Thanks. Great. I don't like the music that I'm hearing right now. Ooh, gauntlets.
What have we here?
Nice. Sweet. There's a workbench. I don't like this music. Pardon me. I had an opening closing stream commissioned. Tonight was the official debut for the... Oh, nice. That's awesome. What are these? Cleaning kit? People.
I could use this.
Yeah, you can use it. And I'm going to make you carry it. We're going to go back to this workbench for a moment to see if we can, do anything interesting with it. Oh, we've got that spear upstairs. We should probably just get the spear first, right? I'm just afraid that picking up the spear is going to trigger the bear to burst through the doors and maul us, and then we're going to die. I just have some concerns about that. Yeah. So I now have music that's mine, which is weird to say. Ooh. I love that. All right, y'all. We're gonna go upstairs, and he's gonna stop complaining about like all of his complaints. He's a big complainer. Okay, so yes, and so a lot of game designers are very specific about, ever since the Forge, right? A lot of game designers are very, very aware of these distinctions, and they think about it a lot. Hello, rabbit. Huh. It looks like it might not be good anymore. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's good. We probably shouldn't eat it. You know what I mean? We probably shouldn't eat it.
Should come in handy.
Yeah, let's drink this herbal tea. Wait. So I try to be nice to my sleep schedule. Okay, Jormund, good night. Good Nacht. Wir werden uns so am Samstag sehen. So for ein GURPS Arena Combat. And then it's gonna be awesome. He's moving slow. Whatever. We're gonna... It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We're just gonna do a little bit of stuff here and there. Check it out. I'm not worried. Hey, this place looks kind of nice. Ooh, get Atomica. Give me the RP news that is both good and bad. Lay it on me. Lay it on me, and then I'll finish telling you my preference. Oh, yeah, I'll finish that thought.
Will come in handy.
Oh, nice. Sweet. I'll just take all of that, and I'll just be a little bit more encumbered. And, he'll just have to deal with it. Tell me the news. So I think what I would say... Oh, you know what? I bet my clothes are ripped and that I'll need to repair them, is what I'm thinking. You know? So after a decade, I'm finally getting to be a player. And hey, that is great news. That is wonderful. Because, being a forever GM, I will tell you, I've only got to play more consistently ever since I've been hanging out in online spaces. And so, yay to online gaming. But the system is lacking. What's the system? What system are you playing in? A sci-fi game with a D4 system that is broken. Does happen. To finish the thought, so a lot of designers are very deliberate. Like, I mean, that's like a Forge thing, right? That post-Forge, people, especially indie story game designers, are very deliberate about making... Because that was the whole thing that the Forge did, was have people think about making mechanics that encouraged these styles, so that if you wanted to play that style, you could. So games are very, very deliberate about those things, even if the players themselves may not be. The games themselves are very often...
This'll come in handy.
Sweet. Are very often quite deliberate in their design to encourage and support one style of play more than others, for example. So your stats start at 0 and go to 4, but can gain perks that give bonuses. At 0, you roll 2d2 and take the lower roll. 1 is a crit fail. Okay. If you only were playing an ancient game, Traveler. I'm going to leave this for now, but I'll take that. Let's see what we can find here. Bandages. Well,
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Well, who needs it? It's a simple game you can jump in minutes. Yeah, it kind of reminds me, I'm thinking about Roll for Shoes, where everybody starts with one skill, which is do anything at level 1. And then to do anything, you roll your do anything skill, which you have to roll a d6, I believe. And if you roll lower than your skill... I'm making this up, I may be wrong. If you roll lower than your skill, you succeed. If you fail... Like, there's a thing that, like, if you succeed, then good on you. But if you fail, you can, like, then... up a skill. And, like, there's like a... Hey, there was a stove. Yeah, okay, so we're good there. But then, like, there's a way in which you get to skill up, and if you get a skill up, you can make a sub-skill that's more specific than do anything based on what you did, like jumping. Like, really good at jumping. So basically, you kind of just create your character in the moment. All right, y'all. I'm going to pick up this spear. I'm going to do it. I feel like we don't have all the things we need, and a bear's going to try to kill us. And it's going to be bad, but... Yeah. Okay. Well, here we go. I should have saved.
Looks like one little detail got missed in the trapper's legend of the old bear.
What?
The spear didn't survive the fight.
Okay, well... I thought there
must be something I can use to fix it in that old machine shed.
Yes, that's true. Okay, we have to go back to the forge. We did know that, though. Yeah, so this is what we're gonna do. We're not gonna leave this place just yet. We're going to, go down to the... Do you see how slow he's moving? Did you see that? He, should be less slow. Yeah, we're going to do some repairs, is what we're going to do. We're going to eat more food, just to lighten our loads a little bit, because who doesn't enjoy that? Just, and then we're going to do some repairs and maybe get some sleep. My first perk is hilarious because I managed to use a fire suppression system on our spaceship to mess up a nanobot swarm. Tricky bastard, I got a bonus to actions that are unexpected on the fly. Oh, nice. We are, Valtiel, what is what is a kilogram really? You know, like, what really is a kilogram? Does anybody know? Does anybody know how much we're carrying? I just feel like it's such a vague concept. Uh, okay, we are. I don't want to. I certainly cannot. Nope, nope. We are carrying 55 kilograms when our max is 35, which, you know, is. You know, we're gonna just do some repairs, down here by that repair bench. And that's gonna free up some weight. It's gonna be fine. They weren't empty. There was food in them. Yeah, we're gonna just go over here to this workbench, and it's gonna be fine. Yeah. Yeah, I know. And Valtiel, I know I should carry less, but Valtiel just said that they're guilty of carrying too much stuff in this game and every other game, and I am not judging you, because if I judged you, I would be judging myself. And, you know, that would be wrong. That would be wrong. We're gonna repair clothing right now. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just do that. Because like, look at this wool toque. It is very injured because of yeah. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm not even worried about it. I mean, yeah. Heck, a good old ground pounder. It's like, I know, right? He is just a little, oops. What did I just do? Okay. Oh, I need cured gut and... You know, I would totally repair this if I hadn't dropped all my cured gut and cured rabbit pelts. Clearly things that I needed in the future, and then I didn't. So that's sad to me. I'm gonna maybe just repair those, which I cannot because I don't have leather. This is what happens when you drop things. You drop things, and then all of a sudden, you can't repair things. And that makes my life real sad. Windbreaker. I don't think I need this windbreaker, right? Like, I don't think I need it. So let's harvest it. Yeah, so there are a lot of games that are very deliberately sort of made to support this style of play or that style of play. Yeah. I do need the rabbit mittens. They're the ones I'm currently wearing. They make me very, very warm. Like, I need them. That looks like it's not as good. And that looks like it's not as good either. So we are going to also harvest that one. So yeah, and I know that wind noise is super intense, makes me nervous. Oh. Okay, again, ooh. You need to build a snow cart. I do. Let me repair this. And look, one of my sewing kits is going to be gone. And it's ruined, which means we can dump it and have more, you know. What do we have here? Decent cargo pants, new cargo pants. I feel like, I feel like it's fine. We don't need 2 cargo pants. It's fine. I'm gonna harvest this as well. So, what is my preferred player experience? So all of that stuff in the background allows me to tell you what my preferred player experience is. My preferred, feel like I don't have the leather, and that's very frustrating. I wish I did. It's fine. Hey, it looks really dark in here. That's bad. Let's, make some bandages. While we're here, we'll just make some bandages, and then we'll go to bed after we, do, because it's nighttime. I don't... Is it 50 pounds? I don't have scrap metal, but I have a fishing tackle, so that's fine. We can make some beard dressings. We'll do that. It's fine. It's cool. And then we're gonna go to sleep. Like, it's fine. Oh, look at all these really great rabbit things that I could... Spearhead. I need scrap metal, a forge, and a heavy hammer, which I think we left in that forge. I think we did, so let's hope we did. Let's hope we did. Okay. Do you see how passive-aggressive he is, Mackenzie? He's all like, yawn, I'm just so tired. I can't do anything. I'm like just like so miserable. Whatever. Oh, I probably should actually ditch that sewing kit. I'll do it in the morning. I'm just gonna go to bed right now. I mean, not me, but Mackenzie's gonna go to bed. And here's a nice bathtub if we wanted to take a bath. I feel like Mackenzie's being a little bit of a diva right now. I'm just gonna put that out there. It seems to me like he's like, oh, I'm walking so slowly, just to make me feel guilty, but I don't feel guilty. So my preferred player experience is, I like being an in actor stance. I prefer to stay in actor stance. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm only in character, because actor stance means that you're making decisions based on what your character would make. So I can be out of character, but I like to be able to make decisions based on what my character would do. So I prefer... have I considered playing games with realistic encumbrance limits? I'm pretty good about not being super encumbered when I'm playing GURPS. I don't know if that helps. I mean... pretty good at that, for the most part. Mostly. Let me extinguish this, because I'm running out of gas. And then let me go to sleep. Let us sleep for 9 hours. You fluctuate between author and actor. And by author, you mean like D&D style. Oh, I'm thirsty. Excuse me. I'm gonna just drink some water. Yeah. That feels pretty good, huh? Look at this. Things are great. What? It's not too dark out. Yeah, like when I'm playing an RPG, it's mostly because you didn't grow up as a drama kid. That's fair. Yeah, for me, like, because I'm really interested in... I like being an author stance as much as possible. Actor stance, pardon me. It's what I enjoy. Also, we're going to make some food, which is going to... just worry about the things I'm hearing. Which is going to lighten our load a little bit. Yeah. The game stance is author stance, is what they call author stance. I personally would like to call it director stance, but they call it author stance. I don't like that myself, but... okay. We don't have fuel. See, this is what happens. I don't have enough stuff. It's okay. We're gonna get stuff now. Actor, author. No, it's actor, author, director. Author and director are two separate stances. The narrative, according to their terminology, the narrativist stance is director, and the gamist stance is author. But I would flip them. I actually think that it makes more sense to flip them, and call the gamist stance director, and the narrativist stance author. But the fourth is pawn, which is like the extreme version of author stance, like where you don't really care about your character at all, in any kind of a way. You're just like, just doing what I want to do. All right, so let's go with this. Let's start this fire. So no,
Looks like it worked.
so the way that they talk about gamism, it makes sense, right? Because let me put more stuff in here. Let me add fuel. Let's just let's do that. Well, author is also still gamist. It's just that pawn is like gamist. Let's cook food is gamist to the extreme. Let's put some pork and beans on there. Grab close hair, but why can't we have fun? But the thing is, all this is actually about
Could end up being useful.
what is fun for you, right? That's what this is all about. Let's do water. Right? It's about how do you have fun? Because the thing is, if you are in a game that is not actually matching your style, then you are probably not having fun, right? All of this really, in the end, was all about trying to figure out how people have fun so that you can best serve them, right? How can you best make sure that your players are having fun, that the game supports that fun, that the GM can understand what their players want so that they can give them the fun. Because the thing is, back in the day, there were a lot of people who were like, let's have fun, and I was not having fun because I was not enjoying a super gamist experience. I was having no fun, right? So this is just mostly about, and there's so many different ways in which people have gone about thinking about this, right? Robin Laws has like player typologies. There've been player typologies, but way back in the day, like in the mid 90s, there was an internet article called "Analyzing Your Players the Scooby-Doo Way," like how to sort of think about your players as the different Scooby-Doo archetypes, and then use that to better make sure your players have fun. So all this in the end is actually about trying to make sure your players are having fun, but you have to kind of figure out how, because but not everybody has fun in the same way, right? And that becomes right, part of the trick. Not everybody has fun in the same way, and so it's about trying to figure out, trying to be able to understand how different players have fun, so that you can then let's eat what is close to death. Let's have these sardines. Bartle. So, right, so author is basically what they call author sense, which I would call direction sense. I just flip those terms. Is, let's find out what is, okay, you, chocolate bar, are on the brink of death, so let's do that. I got out of an online game. The GM created his own world and ran his game as a see how creative I am instead of any kind of storyline style. Right, and some people don't want stories in their games. They find that unfun. Some people will not have fun if there isn't one. Like, it's just about sort of recognize that people have different. It's about like finding. It's all these things really are just different tools to try to figure out what is fun for people, right? Like that's in the end what it all sort of boils down to. Just trying to figure out like. Let's systematically sit down and try to figure out what is fun for people so that we can do better at giving them fun. Now, by the way, let's dump things from the inventory that are not currently useful. Probably. Maybe. If we can, like, yeah. So how would I actions? Let's see, repair. Oh, scrap metal. Interesting. Scrap metal. That's how we repair that, everybody. I'm very excited about learning this. I am going to. Okay, we need a scrap metal for that. What do we need for this? We need a whetstone, so We can do that. It's good. It's good, good, good. I'm feeling great about this right now. Um, let's pop out, see what's happening with our water. Okay, we got some time. Got some time. I need scrap metal. Seems like a hacksaw would make things. Yes, I'm going to do that. This is. Let's clean this a little bit, right? Feeling good about my life right now. Yeah. So, in there, let's clean again. Yeah. So, they define author as the player makes choices based on the player's goals, right? The player skill set. We're gonna clean one more time. So, right, in a game-ist game, the player decides this is the best tactic, so I'll have my character do that. This is how to solve that puzzle, so I'll have my character do that, right? So, and that's author stance, and then pawn stance is where you do that to the extreme, basically. And I feel like there's probably. I'm gonna drop one of those. And revolver shell casing. Huh. Interesting. I have a lot of sewing kits. Let's drop this one. And I feel like good. I need scrap metal. I need scrap metal. So, we are not going to leave yet. We're going to do a little bit of experimentation where we try to see if we can do anything interesting with scrap metal, because I feel like 15 minutes. Yeah. So, I like to be in actor stance. It's what I like. As a player, in my preferred state, I'm not pulled out of actor stance to be in author stance or director stance too often. I would prefer to be able to stay in actor stance as much as possible. Welcome back, Atomica. I'm also personally interested in emergent storylines where we can explore. I really particularly like exploring character. That's my my preferred player experience is a game where I can explore character. So I like to have a character and then find out who that character. I don't want to plan it because that's sort of more what they would call director stance, what I would call author stance. I don't want to know what the beginning, middle, and end for my character is. I want to explore the simulation and just find out who my character is, and I hope to find out things that I didn't know before about my character, like things that I couldn't plan. Berentor says, here's a question. Do you like the rest of the group to be an actor stance as well, or does it not bother you either way? That's a good question. I think what I would say is I'm going to answer this question in a slightly complicated way. Yeah. Stop. Yeah. We are going to maneuver very slowly back down to the basement because I think there might be some things that I can make into scrap metal and then try to repair some stuff, because I want to try to maybe repair as much stuff as possible, and that'll maybe make me less encumbered. So the thing is, my preferred style of play, which is very character exploration, actor stance stuff, where what I'm really most interested in is learning, exploring a character, especially one who's not like me, and then having vicarious experiences and explore my character and not knowing everything, cosmetics, outfit, and skull. Well, no. When I say not know everything, I mean I don't know who they're going to. I know who they are when the game starts, but I don't know who they're going to be. Right? I do want to know who my character is when the game starts, because otherwise I can't play effectively, but I don't necessarily want to know how that. I want to be challenged with things I could not anticipate, and then find out who my character is after those challenges. Let me hello, middle table. Let's break it down. It's gonna take us 3 hours. Let's do it. Yeah. Okay. So let's we got a bunch of a drawer. What's in here? Rifle cartridge. Now let's see if we can what's the word? If we can repair some of the stuff that we have, because maybe we can do that. Let's see. Yeah, so there are some folks who have said actions. Repair the can opener. Let's do that. There have been people who are like, hey, I've been seeing them on Twitter, right? And they're like, hey, I want to play a game where my character falls in love with another PC, but they have a will they, won't they relationship, but we don't know, and there's like a lot of like tension between them, and at the very end, at the climax of the campaign, in the middle of a battle, my character asks the other character to marry them, and the other character says yes, right? So that is a person who has a very specific story that they want to tell, and they want to tell that story, right? That's what they want. They know the story they want to tell, and that story, that's what they want, right? They want to play Zero to Hero, and a lot of people are like that, right? Like they know the story they want for their character. They say like, I'm giving my character a nemesis, a villain, and they want to defeat that villain at the end of the story. Like they want to defeat the villain right away. They want to defeat the villain a little bit later, right? They kind of they want to get there. Let's repair this hacksaw a little bit. They want their character to become the mayor. They want their character. Oh my gosh! Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much for reminding me, Rissa, that I need to drink real badly. We'll have some orange soda. That was, yeah. Yeah. Turns out, but hey, look, you know what happens when you drink? You lower your encumbrance, right? All that I'm doing right now is lowering my encumbrance because I care. And we're just gonna have some soda, and soda weighs stuff, and then we'll, just see. Look at that. See how we are. We are together as a group. Gonna have a moldy chocolate bar and not get sick for it. See, look at that. We might have to go to sleep one more time, but I think we can probably do a little bit. There's probably something else we can repair while we are here. I'm not quite sure. Moldy's just a brand name. Don't even worry about it. It's totally fine. I wouldn't even be concerned. Like, it's fine. Quality tools. Oh. I think our quality tools are pretty decent, but I do not want to harvest that. I want to keep it well and safe. And look, we only have 1 scrap metal left. We use almost all that scrap metal. I feel like we are such superstars, everybody. Oh, but we might be able to repair our storm lantern a little bit. Look, I'm so proud of us right now. And we are lower on our encumbrance than we were before, mostly. And, we're gonna... I wish I could, I wonder how we fix the battery. I wonder if there's a way to charge it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder. Just don't purchase botulism energy bars, but botulism energy bars, I'd eat it. I'd eat it. Wait. So do the other players have to do that? So here's my sort of depressing answer for you. The salmonella brown ones. Mwah. Here we go. So my look at that. He is such. All right. So my answer is, back in the day, one thing I could pretty much count on is that, with the exception of that one theater kid group, nobody else I was going to play with played in my style. And not only, I tried, it didn't give me a dot, but I'll look again. Basically, not only did no one play my style, they also didn't like the style and they thought it was a waste of time, right? Like, a lot of like the really big dungeon crawl style folks didn't want to waste time talking, because every moment that you were talking, you were not killing monsters and getting XP. So, yeah, I cannot seem to actually make a phone call. So we're gonna go upstairs and go to sleep a little bit, because we've been very busy, repairing stuff. And then we're going to make some choices. Mostly eat food. Hope we don't die. So, right, like, I was playing with people who thought that talking was really a waste of time. Like, you don't get any XP for having conversations. I mean, you could have, like, brief conversations, but you wouldn't want to have long conversations. That was just wasteful. And they weren't really into doing character work either, because that's not how they thought about characters. They were like, characters were just stats that you used to play the game. And the story was the amazing, cool things that you murdered along the way, right? You know what I mean? Like, it looks pretty dark still. Let's sleep for 3 more hours. The stories were like when you got together and like you got through that really cool. Hello? There we go. You got through that really cool. Let's drink a bunch of water. You got through that really cool puzzle. You were able to, like, defeat that big dragon. Like those were the stories that you were telling. Those were the exciting things to tell. And they were amazing stories. Like, the amazing stories, like how you made it through that cavern and like that really ingenious trap, and how like you used this thing and like, you sent a cow in so that you didn't like get your hand cut off by the whatnot, right? And sometimes the thing is, it wasn't necessarily always murdering. Like, it was also exploring and overcoming traps, and let's have some saltines. It was like all sorts of things were very exciting for them, and those things were indeed exciting. By the way, right now, just so you know, we're clearing out our encumbrance by eating things. And they would, like, be very excited by the epic stories of the things that they did. And that was cool. It was cool. And, of course, what was so exciting about that particular style is that they did do it, right? That time you were a penitent man and you kneel before God and you should lead with faith. Yes, like, that's super amazing, and that is 100% story as well. You know what I mean? Like, it's being able, like, solving that puzzle is just as exciting, and giving them all sorts of joy as lots of things. They just were not necessarily into, like, having a big long conversation about their backstory. That was not interesting for them. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't give them anything. It wasn't.
I think I can use this.
It wasn't interesting. But like all the rest of it, like, and I think that what's really sort of grand about that particular style is that you did do it, right? Like, you didn't just say, like, roll your intelligence skill to find out who the murderer was. You figured out who the murderer was. You didn't roll your, like, intelligence skill to figure out how to get through the puzzle. you got through the puzzle, right? So there's a way in which it was, that style is very, very satisfying and very exciting because you did it. Like, you didn't rely on a die roll to get you through it. Like, you figured out how to do it. And that's very exciting for a lot of people. And let's save. And they did not see, for the most part, all of those conversations as, well, hello, maintenance yard. They didn't see all those conversations as being particularly interesting, right? Like, it didn't do anything for you, right? Like, it wasn't, I mean, like, first off, if you would ask some of them, it wasn't story, right? Like, it was like you just having a conversation. Where's the story in that? You didn't vanquish anything or overcome anything or do anything really exciting. You just sat around talking. Like, what is that? Like, that's not giving you more XP, and it's not daring do. It's not saving the world. It's not finding the 15 pieces of the wand of Melkamian so that you can then stop the evil cultists from opening a rift. Like, they want the big epic story where they do all those really cool things, you know what I mean? And there's like a real sense of accomplishment when you do that. And the kind of style of play that I like was not very interesting. It was not a story they were interested in, and they didn't find it. Not only did they not find it useful, they found it took time away from doing the things that were the story, right? Like, not interesting. So, because most of my life was spent playing with players who did not find what I did interesting, I developed ways to get what I wanted that did not involve interacting with other players in that way, right? So that I could have the stories that I found interesting. Excuse me for one moment. Excuse me. Nope. Fight back. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. Give me a second. Give me one moment. Okay. That was great. Excuse me for one moment. I am going to, bandage that for a second. And I'm going to also, try to get rid of, chances of, what is this, antiseptic? Oh, alright, let's, do that. Because it's, great. Yep. So that was cool. Feeling good about that. I'm being mauled by wolves. I don't like it. But I do feel like I should see how I'm doing. I've got a sprained ankle, so I need to treat my sprained ankle, and then also take some painkillers. Y'all. Yeah. Let's, no, those are antibiotics. Okay, cool. I don't need antibiotics. I need drugs. I need, antibiotics. What is this? Painkiller. Let's just drink this, and we'll have to make more tea later. Because I think that's my last one. Yeah, I think that's my last one. We're going to have to make more of that a little bit later. Yeah, so that was not great. Also, some of my stuff is wet. Well, did I? Because I thought those were all antibiotics. Ooh, hey pants. Let's repair those while we're here. Just repair it. Yeah, so I have developed means to be able to have the kind of stories I like and get the kind of experiences I like in games, even when the game itself doesn't do it, because I had to, right? Like I had to recognize that if I'm going to be playing a regular D&D game, probably, in all likelihood, any kind of character stuff I'm going to want to do, I'm going to have to do it on my own, because the people I'm going to be playing with are not going to be interested and will think it's a detriment to the gameplay itself. So, you know, I got really good at doing a lot of internal work, so I can actually do the character exploration stuff, and no one has to know about it. You know what I mean? Like, nobody has to know about it. Like, I can sit there and think for myself, like, what is my character thinking? What do they think about this? I can do, and like, I might do it through journaling or just do it in my head. So I can do all the stuff that I really, and that's the thing I think is really useful about, convenient about being interested in character exploration, is that nobody else has to know or be interested in character exploration if they're not into it. Like, if they don't care about that stuff and don't want to have conversations, and don't want to do that kind of stuff, it's okay. I can still have a character that I think is interesting, and I can still explore it, and I can still have a good time, even if nobody else in the game finds that kind of stuff interesting. So yeah, so I don't need other players to also play that way. I will say that, excuse me, give me a second. Let's see. Because, you know, what happens is the aim goes away. Oh gosh, you weren't scared. Okay, here we go. I tried to scare it off, but it didn't scare him off. Gosh. Hey everybody, how you doing? Let's that treatment did not do anything. Okay. Oh, I'm fine. I just have messed up clothes, which we'll just repair. And once we repair it, we'll have less stuff. It'll be fine. Yeah, so, I mean, I will say that if it's like a super hack and slashy style game, I probably will not have as much fun because, because in those games, and I have been in this, I have played with these people before, not only they are usually, it's not just that they're not interested in it, it's that they also think that me playing in a character-driven way is harmful to the game. So, like, if they are very, very hardcore into their tactics and that style of play, they often will not like it if I play my way, because they would want me to actually just be the most efficient possible and the most tactical. They will not want me to make character choices. So, usually, in that particular kind of style, let's see what we can eat real quick to, you know, stale granola bar. We'll give ourselves some. Yeah, it'll be fine. Soda. I guess I've been lucky. I've only met one person who absolutely hated in-character after stance roleplaying. Oh, I mean, I was in a lot of games where that was the case. And I was in a game for years. And it was frustrated because they kept telling me that they were super into RP. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's why I, you know, joined the group. And then that was not true. Actually, that was not actually a true statement. I'm carrying less stuff. They were not. They were, that was not a true statement about them, actually. A lot of folks that aren't super comfortable with it and dip back to director a lot. They thought of RPing as sort of just, of playing the adventure, I suppose, is what they would think of as RP. And they didn't think that Yeah. And making the best choices possible. Not based on your character, but on the situation, like reacting to that situation and making the best choices possible based on the situation you're in as a player. And like really good RPers are people who know the book really well, know the stats really well, make really good choices, really like interesting use of spells. Hey, hello, Arthur Riley. I'm deciding whether or not to buy this game. Oh, nice. Welcome. I think this. I'm enjoying this game very much. People can move much faster normally. My character's just heavily encumbered because I carry everything all the time. I would say that if you like. It's a nice sort of world simulation, survival game. There's a story to it, but there's a lot. It's hard. There's a bit of a learning curve when you because you start off in a plane crash. It's the first 15 minutes, not a spoiler. And when you get out of that plane crash, you're not in a good way, and so you have to like heal yourself and find shelter so you do not die of hypothermia. Oh, thank you, Barontor. Thank you. So, if you like the kind of the bit of the puzzle of how to get out of desperate situations and you're interested in exploring the place is beautiful, I think you'd like it. I find it, there's a bit of a mystery, so that's kind of fun. I hear the game is not, oh, yeah, I'm enjoying it very much. Right now we're trying to repair a spear. We found this spear, we're trying to repair it so that we can kill a bear that is like a mystical, dangerous bear that is just like out to get us. We did a hypothermia simulator. Hey, look, I'm going downhill. I'm moving a little faster. That's good. I remember I was playing with this group, and we were like, low-level characters. We came across this big platoon of monsters that would kill us if we got into a fight with it. My character I think I was playing a bard, and so like use a deception check to like convince the monsters that we were on their side and we were heading towards the same big monster jamboree that they were heading to. And so the monsters were like, great, okay, and let us pass. And the other players were like, well, that's terrible. We're not going to get XP for killing them. That was just a big waste of XP. That whole conversation was a waste of XP. So they went and they chased down the platoon of monsters, and then it was a TPK. That's what happened, right? Because now we would have gotten XP for talking our way out of that challenge, but like for them, it was like, this is the story mode, but there's also survival mode that's similar without the story elements. Oh, I want the story elements. Give me those story elements. Yeah, so they were like, yeah. And, I mean, I remember them. We had a whole discussion. It was this was a moment where, like, I saw that there was a clash between our play styles. That I was playing this rogue, who was, and we were to start level 20. It was like it was an epic level campaign. And we were starting level 20, and everybody was, like, making 3-5. Everyone was making their characters, and I decided to make a level 20 rogue. It was all rogue. And they were like, no, you can't make a level 20 rogue. You've got to multi-class so you can get, like, a really good prestige class. I was like, but I don't want to. I just want to play a level 20 rogue. And they're like, yeah, but that's, like, not efficient. I was like, right, but that's what I want to play a level 20 rogue with. The GM also agreed with them. It was like, the GM was like, whatever. The GM wasn't frustrated. The GM was fine. So they let me play a level 20. They let me play a level 20 rogue. They said that was fine. They were not happy with it, but they let it happen. And then as we continued playing, we got more levels above 20, and they're like, look, you have to take a prestige class so you can be more efficient, because you're not pulling your weight in combat, because you're not multi-class, you're not a prestige class, so you're not pulling your weight in combat, which means that it's harder for all of us to beat these really epic battles because you're basically not pulling your weight. And I said, okay, well, according to my character's story, because my character was basically the head of a thieves guild, was kind of like a mobster, and I found out that there was in one of the supplements a thieves guild, thieves guild master. There's a thieves guild master prestige class, and I was like, this is great. There's a prestige class that fits my character's entire story perfectly. I will take this prestige class, the guildmaster, the thieves guildmaster. Cool. And I told the other players, like, I'm gonna go and do this. I'm gonna do this one. And they're like, no, you cannot take that prestige class. It does not aid you in combat. It is not going to aid you in combat. You need to take master thrower. So you should take master thrower, and then we're gonna get you a custom-made ring of blinking, right? That's like improved ring of blinking, so you're always blinking, so you'll always get your sneak attack damage, and you're gonna be a master thrower because that is going to be what is good for what it is we're doing. It didn't matter that my character was not. That's not because it didn't matter to them, right? It didn't matter what your character backstory was or who your character was. What mattered to them was that you were pulling your weight in combat and that you were optimized to do so. And then once you were optimized to do so, then you could do all of what they thought was the fun part, and which was taking harder challenges and being more ingenious and like using better tactics and all that stuff, and like telling epic stories. The epic stories when you're able to take down and stop the invasion of the Githyanki and all that stuff. Like that was what they wanted, and I realized that. So I was a master thrower because they vetoed my character advancement choices. So I was a master thrower because I realized I was like, oh, well, I actually can't play the way I want to play in this campaign because it will not make them happy. They will be very unhappy. So to be a good team player, because like, you know, I am a good team player. That is a true thing about me. To be a good team player, I did what they requested, which was make that character build as they wanted my character build to be, so that that was important. Ooh, here we go. Later for that one, and that was what it was. That was what it was. You know, that's what it was. Yeah. Once upon a character, I was a dwarf with an 1800 strength, but only a 5 or 6 int. We were camped, and a pack of wolves attacked. Instead of chopping one wolf, my guy sprinted over and started chopping on a tree. It fell and killed 5 at once. Method to his madness. Volpus says, I just read an account by someone who went to his first board game meetup. Almost quit the hobby because of this, just the same thing. People disparaging his choices in game and talking down to him. See, but I have a thought about that. Like, I don't think those players were wrong. I think that I was wrong in that situation, not them. I was the problem in that situation, they weren't. Because they knew what they wanted. They wanted a game with really, really hard choices where they had to be their best, right? They had to bring everything to the table, or they wouldn't survive, right? They wanted a really hard challenge. And they wanted that challenge to be like, you know what I mean? Like they wanted epic. They wanted like a big epic story where the characters like grow together and like they tell these amazing things, and the way that I played did not enable those stories, like made it harder to tell those stories. So in that situation, the problem was not them. The problem was me. Right? The problem was that I was trying to play in a style that was not compatible, and not only not compatible, but detrimental to the kinds of stories that they wanted to tell. And I needed to play differently. I needed to play the same game that they were playing, right? I think that if you agree to play in a game, it's part of your responsibility as a player to play the game that you agreed to play. The problem was they told me that it was a different game than it was. They told me it was going to be an RP-heavy game, and that's why they wanted me to play, because they knew it was a good RPer. They wanted me to be part of the table because they wanted RP, right? That's what they told me. That is not actually what the game was. And so I went in expecting more of an RP, more of a slightly different experience and based on what they told me it was going to be, and then it was not that. And it took me a while to adjust to the fact that what they said it was not what it was. And so I had to realize that I had to stop playing the game that I thought I was playing, and I had to play the game that they were playing, or I would be a bad player, right? Like, I think that if I had insisted on playing my style, which was not helpful to what they wanted, I would be a bad player, right? That's what I would say. Cole says, there are entire tables that just want to min-max their characters and get up on the face if you have flaws, and not min-max. Oh yeah, totally. Absolutely. And it's okay to prefer different methods of play. Absolutely. And I think that if I agree to be in a game where that's what they're doing, it is my responsibility to play in that style. Like, it's kind of not cool to sort of agree to be in a min-max game and then not min-max, you know what I mean? Or agree to be in a game that's all RP and then just stab everybody all the time. Like, I think you have a responsibility to play the game that you agreed to play in. Or don't agree to be in that game. Let's take some meat. Kind of situation, don't play baseball if you don't want to run. Yeah. And maybe heavier in RP than they usually... Yeah. Yeah, and it probably was heavier in RP than what they usually did, to be honest. That is probably also true. Let me harvest that. Okay, but unless you're a Hexblade, why the hell you're a Warlock if you don't want to use Eldritch Blast? Yeah. It is a deer. It is a deer. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah. And the thing is, for some people, it's okay to play a character who's a Warlock but doesn't rely on Eldritch Blast, but relies on other things instead. But for other people, it isn't, right? Like, you have to ask, in this group, is it okay if you do not do the most efficient thing, or is it not okay? And some groups, they're like, sure, do the thing that's not most efficient, because that's not what we're here for. But other groups will be real mad if you do the thing that's not the most efficient thing. And so you have to know the game you're playing. Last time I was paying attention, he was in the house, the workbench, and I haven't been below limit in a while. And I think that there's it's like there are players who like to play mages who are illusionists and don't do a lot of damage spells, and there are people like, that's not acceptable in this game. Like, we need you to be throwing fireballs, not that illusion magic that's not going to work against all these undead. You know what I mean? So I just think it's important to... I don't think that any style is bad, like, universally or objectively bad. I don't think any style is bad. I think, however, that it is your responsibility as a player to play in the game that you agreed to play in. And it is sometimes a problem that people don't, right? I mean, people sometimes do not play in the games that they agreed to play in, and what they do is they play something that is disruptive. They play something that harms the style of play that was agreed to, and I don't think that's great. You know what I mean? Like, that would be like, and so for me, when I realized that actually, no, what they wanted was something different, then the classic, our cleric is the EMT, not a tank. Yeah. Every time I see this, play this, I want, ketchup, potato chips. Now you, what am I going to eat once this game is over? What am I going to eat when this stream is over? I don't know yet. I'm going to find out. I'm going to eat something. Anyway, so I would say that I was wrong, right? I was wrong. I was the problem in that game because I was playing it in a way that was different, right, than what they were playing. But in my defense, I was told that we were playing a different game than we actually were. So I actually did not know in the beginning that is what was happening, right? So it just took a bit of adjustment, that's all. I think it's also the responsibility of the GM, other players, to make sure the other player knows. Yes. I also suggest you stop playing with DMs that rely entirely on undead to counter clever characters. Well, Krellin, that was a bit of a problem. All those undead made my rogue very, very, very pointless. There wasn't much being a master thrower did not help because there were a lot of undead and there wasn't anything I could do. I was not able to contribute much to many of these big epic challenges, regardless of the build in 3.5, because of all the undead. But there you go. There you go. That's what that was. But anyway, that was an interesting group, because after that campaign I was like, well, I'm not playing with them again, because this is also Super Mario 4 Session 0. No, the problem is that Session 0 did not fix the problem, because we had a discussion about it. We had a Session 0. I mean, we didn't call it a Session 0, but it was a Session 0, where they were like, yes, this is going to be an RP-heavy game. And I was like, cool. Great, I'm in. And they're like, and we want you to play with us, because you are a good RPer, and we want lots of RP. And I was like, great. So we had a Session 0. Oh, how long did that campaign last? It lasted 2 years. It lasted 2 years. Yeah, that was a 2-year campaign. Whoa. That was a 2-year campaign. Oh. But so then when that campaign ended, I was like, okay, well, bye. And they were like, we're going to do another campaign. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so. I think I'm going to sit this one out, because that last one wasn't actually RP heavy. So, okay. There's like a house back there. I'm gonna go back there and do stuff. But there's like a cache of stuff around here somewhere that I feel like
night is coming.
I hear you. That I feel like I might be able to find, and then we can go into that building. So then, like the second campaign, they're like, hey, this one, we swear this one's gonna be RP heavy. We swear. And I was like, I think if we normalize it, there's no stipulations quitting after the first session. It makes it very different for having a group. Yes. Yeah. But D&D, again, makes that a little bit tricky, because then, like, they've set up the group for... Yeah. So I played a second campaign with them, and it was the same, and I was like, this is not making me happy, everybody. Again, look, I cannot find this thing. I don't know where it is. Let's fix our problems. We have a sprained wrist. Sprained wrist? The only RPing they did was to convince me to... Yeah. But here's what's... Prax is just saying things that make a lot of sense, so I don't know what else to say about that one. But here's what's interesting. They, again, these are antibiotics. These are not... Here we go. Let's use these painkillers. Excellent. So what's interesting about this group, because I was with them for, I mean, this is what my LA group, and I was in LA for like 7 years. So I played with them for like a very long time. I do not know where this cache of stuff is. It's somewhere around here somewhere. But we're going to... Yeah, if I put the things down, I won't have stuff for my sprained wrist. We're going to go back to there. Yeah, we're going to go into that house, is where we're going. Because goals. So anyway, what's really interesting about this group is that they were like such like insane min-maxers. Very, very intense. I mean... They were a group who, when they were like, look, this is what you need to do to make your character efficient, they knew what to do. They had book and page memorized. They're like, okay, hold on. In the complete fighter's handbook, there is a there's a feat that you should probably take What are you playing? You're playing a this, that. Okay. In the miniatures handbook, there is this one feat that would be, and actually in the Book of Vile Darkness, page 74, there's a spell you should probably take. I mean, like, they were no joke. Uh, they knew their stuff. They also did not want to play games other than D&D because they did not have everything else memorized, but they had D&D memorized. That said, I did convince them to play GURPS. I did. I convinced them to play GURPS. Little short game. It wasn't too long. It was like six episodes. And do you know what? And I think this is super interesting. When they were playing GURPS, they RP'd. And that was really interesting to me. Once I got them out of D&D, they RP'd a lot more. I mean, they had conversations. They did a lot of non-killing people. Partly this is, I think, because D&D is super deadly sometimes. And also, Krellin, this is also true. They also got rewarded for RPing. They got CP for it. So, yeah. Yeah. And I will say, though, that they then, that group then picked up, well, they picked up the game that at that time, because Blades in the Dark was not out yet, they picked up the game that people who who branch out from D&D often go to, which was Savage Worlds. They had a blast in Savage Worlds. The GM, who did not reward people for RPing, did in Savage Worlds. And he was actually very fun. He was a very fun GM in not D&D. He was very fun in Savage Worlds. He was very fun in Mutants and Masterminds, which he also branched out into. And the whole group was way better. So like the last 3 or 4 years I was with that group was actually really fun when we weren't playing D&D. When we did play 3.5, it was a bit of a challenge, is what I would say for me. Players gravitate for mechanics. D&D has close to no non-combat mechanics, so combat is the thing players care most about. And the other problem, and Krellin would be like, but D&D 3.5 does reward you for non-combat options. So like, yes, it does, but they were also all 1E players as well. They'd all started in first edition, and they just carried over a lot of first edition expectations into 3.5, even though 3.5 says that you can get XP for non-killing things. For getting through challenges in non-killing ways. They had not internalized that. That was not a thing they had internalized. So that was, I would say, not it was they were 1E players. And I wonder if I can kill this thing from here. Oop, missed. He ran away. It's fine. Ooh, I have tinnitus. Cool. Awesome. Krellin, read the first edition. Read it. Read the DMG. It's interesting. It's interesting. I was just rereading bits of it, and I was like, oh, wow, yeah, this is a bit more punitive in spots that I remember. Cool. I'm gonna go to bed. You have... That's fair. Oh, so, the wolf is back. Don't like that. What am I using to stream? Hello, W122ARD. I'm using OBS to stream. I'm also going to just, while we're here, eat some food. Just going to do a little bit of food eating, which is in order to, yeah. Ooh, so the software I'm using is OBS, which is free and open source, playing off of Steam. So I'm just using Steam. I don't have to use a capture card or anything like that. Let's drink some water while we're here. Way back in the day, I was using different software, but that software is no longer supported. It was really, really good. It natively dealt with Macintosh sound because Macintosh's sound uses a different sort of protocol than PC Windows sound. So you have to kind of do like an extra workaround. Like it's like an extra thing you have to do. And this other program did that brilliantly, but then they stopped supporting it, and I was sad. It made me sad, but OBS is, and I'm using regular OBS, not OBS Studio, not Streamlabs OBS. Ooh, I should cook that deer. Yes, I should do that. Also, I can't see what time it is from where I'm at, so you'll just have to let me know. You have to let me know what time it is. What time is love? Now, when I first started streaming, W122, thank you, Valtiel, thank you. When I first started streaming, I was streaming off of my PS4, and I was streaming through the PS4. There's like the PS4 lets you stream, right? Like there's like a means to stream from the PS4, and I was doing that, which was awesome. But then I moved to OBS so I could have overlays and all that. So I'm looking for a forge, and I thought there might have been a forge here, but because it seems to imply that there is, but the man killed on the prowl. So there is apparently a forge in here. We're gonna just see if it's in this area here, which I hope so. Yeah, let's check it out. So anyway, I don't have to have, my fellow players don't have to be interested in RP. They don't have to be interested in being an actor stance. They don't have to be interested in any of that really. They just have to not mind if I'm interested in it. That's really that's the crux of it for me. As long as they don't mind that I'm playing that way, and I will be, I'm a conscientious player. Like I don't use, that's what my character would do as an excuse to be a jerk. Like I don't do that. So like I am conscientious, and I'm not gonna mess up. I'm not gonna mess up their.
So keep the lamp burning.
They're fun. I'm not going to mess up the things that bring them joy because that would make me a jerk and I wouldn't do that to them. So just as long as you don't mind if I play this way, you don't have to play that way. It's okay. Now, if I have some players that do play that way, then it's really fun because then I don't have to do it all on my own. I actually have other people to play off of, and that's really fun. Like I love it when I can actually play off of other players and GMs, but if they're not into it, it's okay. I can do it on my own. I can do it in my head. But it's more fun for me if people want to play with me. That's when I have a lot of joy. But if they don't want to, it's okay. Nobody has to play with me. I can do that in my own mind. It's all right. I burned out 3 iMacs with Guild Wars 2 and World of Warcraft. Their graphics cards weren't set up. Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So, W122 ARD. If you're thinking about streaming, here's some things to say that I have thoughts for you. OBS is cross-platform, and it's free. A lot of people, when they're starting out, use Streamlabs OBS because I think it's a little bit easier to start off. But I also think that OBS Studio gives you more control. So I think that for me, I didn't use Streamlabs OBS because it wasn't Mac compatible, but now it is. But I still use OBS Studio because it lets me do more specific things, right? So, oh, it's Wizard. I see you, Wizard. I see you. Streaming is actually not that hard. The big things, you know what? Hold on a second. I'm gonna extinguish this for a moment because I don't want to, run out of fuel. I am just going to do a little bit of finding out what I need for this spearhead. So I need scrap metal, the forge, and a heavy hammer. And I don't know if I have a heavy hammer. And I also need scrap metal. So let's... But the thing is, I'm going to... Oh, and look, heavy hammer. Look, y'all, we're golden. All I got to do is get some scrap metal, and we're good. We're gonna do this. We're gonna just destroy a handcart. It's great. Like, look, we are.
What have we here?
I feel worried about the sounds that I'm hearing, but it's gonna be fine, I suppose. Yeah, we're gonna bend some metal. So, Wizard, my recommendations would be that one of the big things you have to sort of think about is having...
Use this.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna start a fire. Yeah. We're gonna start a fire. I would like to furnace. Okay, start a fire. Oh, how much do we need? By the way, we need what? Use a forge to craft improvised tools and weapons. That's cool. 150 degrees. Great. Let's start a fire. While we're chatting about this, we're gonna start a fire with some accelerant. That's great. One of the big things is you're gonna have really good upload speed for your internet. Furnace, what's going on? What's happening?
Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's... I'm adding coal? Okay, well, our heat output is what it is, and let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Spearhead, everybody. This is good. Like, this is like a big deal, game-wise. Big deal. We're doing it. This is like a big deal.
Guess I can add blacksmith to my growing list of skills.
What? I feel very
Let's hope I don't have to put this spear to the test.
I feel very excited about this. How long is this forge gonna... Oh! We have improvised weapons. Oh, wait, Wizard, wait. You want good upload speed? I think you should have at least 5, what is it, like 5 megabits upload speed? Yeah, you should have at least 5 upload speed. Oh, don't worry about it, Atomica. You should go to Nightbot and Streamlabs and set up, well, you should go to Nightbot and set up a bot, because when you first start streaming, you probably are not going to have any mods, and Nightbot will allow you to set up some auto-modding functions so that people just can't, like, curse you out or do, like, weirdly sketchy things to you, which are not cool. So that's, like, pretty decent. What else should you have? I don't know what your graphic design skills are, but you can... GIMP, G-I-M-P, is like free software that's sort of like a free version of Photoshop, I suppose. And you can use GIMP to make your own overlays or things like that if you want to. Canva, some people use Canva to make their overlays because they think it's a bit easier for them. Hey, do you think I should make improvised hatchets and knives? What do you think? No? Yes? No? You think I don't need it, right? You think I do not need an improvised hatchet or knife. But what if I do? Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. Do we have a hatchet and knife on us already? We have a hatchet, but we do not have a knife. So we'll just make a knife. We'll make an improvised knife. Yeah. Improvised hatchets and knives is the name of my toolkit pen. Yeah. And I appreciate that and I honor it. What else would I say? about this. Yeah, so you can make your overlays if you want in GIMP, which is free, or Canva. So I just need some scrap metal. What else? What else can I tell you? What else can I tell you? Something cool. All right, we're gonna just break down this metal shelf. That's it. That's it. What else? My other tips would be improvised knife. Oh, you know what I bet? You know what I bet I can do? I wonder if I can cook on the forge. Because if I can cook on the forge, can I? I can. Everybody, we're gonna cook this moldy venison because we're here and we might as well. Hey, the Wandering Inn, how are you? I feel like I need to get you back on a bar brawl or on into a show with you. I missed those 7+5 hours conversations as well. Indeed. It's good to see you. We're talking about stream tips. I suppose the other tips I would say, Wizard, is you want sound and lighting is a thing, and there are ways to do that. When I first started, I just used like a headset with a mic because I was playing on the PS4. I'm probably gonna play to like 920, probably something like that is what I'm thinking, and then I'm gonna go get food. Like 920, 925, something like that. Let me see. I've been playing for 2 hours and 53. I've been live for 2:53, so like, another 10 minutes. About that. Let's while we're here, let's drink more water. I wish I had more cooking slots, but that is life. Oh. Figure out what you want to do. Oh, that's a very good stream tip from the Wandering. Figure out what you want to do and embrace it fully. I would also say, so like work on your lighting and audio, and that could be done cheaply. Like right now, I'm using like a little lamp that I just got for like $15, and like there's a little ring light that you can get that's like $10, so you can get like pretty decent lighting, not too expensively. But making sure you have good lighting is a big deal. The other thing I would say besides good lighting would be good audio. That's like another thing to think about. But you can also do that kind of cheaply. Like you can always invest more later. I would say to start, don't worry about like spending lots of money to start. Just start with some basic stuff. Just see if you, and then see how you feel about it. Vulpus has another good point. Most streamers do not have a lot of viewers. So to be an affiliate, you need, to be an affiliate, you need 3 average viewers over 30 days. And what you need to know is that only 10% of all the streamers are affiliated. So 90% of all streamers get less than 3 viewers on average. So if you don't have a huge number of viewers, don't be discouraged. That is pretty normal to start. So so that's a big one. Don't get discouraged by that, because it's easy to get discouraged by thinking, oh, I don't have like hundreds and hundreds of viewers. Like, most people do not have hundreds and hundreds of viewers. Like that is not a true statement. I mean, I would also say, thank you for that hosting form. I would also say, another thing I would note is that less than 1% of streamers are partnered. It's like 0.5% of streamers are partnered, and one of the there were like 11 million people streamed, right, last quarter. And one of the requirements to be partnered is to have 75 viewers on average over 30 days, which means like 99.5% of all streamers do not get 75 viewers on average. So if you're sitting there with like 1 viewer, 2 viewers, that's okay. right? Like, that's where you start, and if you do really well, you will get more, and maybe you won't, maybe you will, but I think the big key to getting more viewers, which, again, remember, if you get 5, you're doing phenomenal, right? Is to be consistent in your stream times. Also, if you're thinking about gaming streaming, considering a different platform if you're looking to make it a job, Twitch is running itself on the ground currently, especially from a gaming perspective. But I would also say there's no other place that's going to pay you more, or like you're just not going to like you're not going to it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to do this for a living, because YouTube is not going to pay you more. YouTube it's going to be really hard even to get partnered with YouTube. Their standards are really high and very hard to get. Yeah, that's going to be hard. Mixer didn't work out. Like it's chances are this is not going to be a living. You're not going to be like a living off of this. The chances are low. Chances are low. But one of the things and this is some advice which touches on what the Wandering Inn, who's a great streamer as well, which I would take this to heart. It bounces off of something that the Wandering Inn said. And Wandering Inn said, embrace your thing and go for it. And what I would say is, there are some people who think, oh, well, Fortnite's really popular, so I should be streaming Fortnite. And if I stream Fortnite, then I will be popular. Wait. This game is really popular, so I should do that one. I am not convinced that is the best strategy. Because a lot of people play Fortnite. Do you know what I mean? And it is so saturated that the chance of you getting seen are not great. My recommendation, and again, I'm not a partner, so you can ignore this, is to do what you love, right? My recommendation would be to do what makes you happy, that gives you joy, that you feel really good about. And I really believe that if you do that, and you're consistent, you will have much better odds of being successful. And even if you're not, you'll have more fun. Because if you're like, don't play some game that you don't like because you think it'll make you popular and then you're miserable, right? Like, that's not a way to live. That's not a way to live. Best strategy, I always hear, find your niche with what you want to play. Do stream. Absolutely. Find out what you love. And maybe what you love is, playing The Sims. Then do that. Just be really good at that. The Wandering Inn says, can I be a bit negative for a moment, Trooper? Sure. In terms of getting tips, I don't want to be a downer, so sure. I mean, I just said that you're probably never going to make a living off of this, so, go ahead. Go ahead. Give your tip. It is fine. And I'm going to... yeah, and the thing is, for me, one of the things when I say all of this, I don't say it to be depressing. I say it so that you can change your idea of what success looks like. Because one of the things I find is that people's idea of success is very often skewed incorrectly. They're thinking that success is ninja. But, like, you're probably not going to be ninja. Like, almost nobody is ninja. And so rather than aiming for ninja, aim at something like, define your own success. Decide what success means for you. And maybe what success means for you is that you stream once a week at the same time, and then you've got like 5 people who like your stream, and that you're having fun, and that is success. And that is like totally valid, and that is good success. So I think it's just really important not to judge yourself off of unrealistic expectations, but make your own joy. And if you do that, then actually I think you will be successful and you have a good time. It's just a different way of thinking about what success means, And in that way, streaming can be super fun. Wandering Inn says, yeah, so my thoughts, the best way to succeed on Twitch, if that's your goal, call back to decide if you want to do, commit. At this point, middling to higher tier success comes through social climbing and using circles and other people to promote your own content. I take you over the other share, and I don't mean take you on. And the thing is, I think that, and like, wandering in, I think, is framing that in a negative way, and I'm going to frame it in a not negative way. I think that one of the ways to be successful is to be a good member of the community, right? So, and that does not mean using people. What that means to me is that I'm looking for tools, probably, because I've got a very heavy hammer that I'm going to drop because I don't need to carry it, and I'm still over my weight limit by a lot, but we're better. Uh, we're better. Because the thing is, I mean, for me, I actually don't think that being I don't think of it as negative to be a good member of a community. You know what I mean? Uh, well, but again, 200 to 500, probably still not going to get that. Like, again, less than 0.5% of streamers have that, so that is not a thing that I would not frame my success on that, because that is not a that is very unlikely to happen. Very unlikely to happen. I mean, it could happen, it might happen, but it is unlikely to happen. I'm just moving towards a bed, by the way, because it's clearly time for me to maybe go to sleep. So I'm just moving towards the bed. But I do think it's important to be a good member of a community. But what does that mean? For me, being a good member of a community means that you watch other people's streams, you participate in their community, you are... oops. That was not... what is... Nope. 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 Yes. Okay. Yeah, like... I was lucky that like a lot of my community, you know what it's like, what do you call it, the rising tide lifts all boats, right? That's sort of my thought process on the matter. That I was a member of the old Hyper RPG and Geek Space TV communities, and I was a mod there, as a member of the communities there, and I hung out there, and I made friends there. And when they started streaming, I was like, oh, let me go and watch your streams, and then I did. And then when I started streaming, some of them came to watch my streams, and I don't think of that as using anybody, but I think it was like being friends with people and participating in a community. So I think I think it's always good to be be a good member of a community, and that will help you and help them, right? You know, like when your friends are streaming, you go and watch their streams, and they'll watch your streams, and raid your friends, and then maybe they'll come and raid you. And it's like, for me, that's just about like being a good community member. And basically, I think it's good not to be selfish. That's what I think. I think that be generous. And some people get really weird about these things. They're like, oh yeah, don't ever, that people get into spaces, they're like, don't ever talk about your stream in my space. And, people have feelings and respect other people's spaces. But for me, I have a Discord, and on my Discord, I've got people should advertise their streams. Like, go, if you're on my Discord and you're going to go and stream, please announce when you're streaming, because if I have time, I'm going to go and watch, because that's pretty awesome. But also, like, that's the community that I want to be a part of. Like, I want to be a part of a community where people share with each other, because that's a thing that I think is cool. And I think that if you sort of cultivate being in a good community with people, then you will do better, right? That's what I would say. You're a really good positive counterweight to my negative pessimism. Yeah, but I am, generally speaking, a very positive person. It's kind of how my life goes. Thank you. And I am, right now, going to have my little Mackenzie go to sleep, because how productive were we today? I'm gonna just note it. Very productive. I am, and I just, like, I love human beings, and I also really do believe that you can be really successful with the weirdest things. Like, I really do believe that. I think that if somebody tells you that the only way to be successful is by doing this one thing only, I just don't think that's true. I think there are a lot of ways to be successful, but to do it, you need to be thoughtful. Define your own levels of success. Make your own definition of success. Don't rely on looking to others. Like, judge. It's like, do your own personal best. Judge yourself on your own standards, and then let that guide you. Um, and have the best quality at what you do. Um, Always keep joy in it. Um, Give me a second. Here, let's go to chat. Um, I think it's like, people often say like, oh, when you stream, then it becomes like a job, and it's like you're weighed down and blah 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 blah. And for me, that's also about your attitude. I I don't think of streaming as a job. A, because it's not my job. Uh, I do not do this for a living. Um, and yeah, I get. I have subscribers, and I get tips and bits, and all those things are true, which I use to go and pay for casts and to cosplay for the RPGs I run. Um, but that's like a bonus. Do you know what I mean? At this point in time, and I'm doing this because I love it. Because I love talking to the people. I love everybody I've met streaming. I love the foxhole. I love the academic foxhole. I love the battle buddies. I love the conversations that happen on the Discord. Um, when I come on to stream and people are chatting, I feel happy to see what people are talking about. And so for me, this is not. Um, if I were not having fun, I wouldn't do it. You know. And I think that part of the reason why I have fun is because I don't judge myself off of other people's success, right? I'm not jealous of other people's success. People are successful, good on them. You know what I mean? I judge myself off of, are we having a good time? Like, am I having a good time? Am I playing games? Yes, I am playing games. And that's great. I Before I started streaming, I wasn't playing video games because I didn't have time. I wasn't making time. And now I get to play video games and get to share those experiences with other people. When we were playing Everybody's Gone to Rapture, like at the end of the game, I was like bawling and crying, and we were all here together, and that was really great. You know what I mean? Like, I love that I can play games and y'all can tell me thoughts and give me some tips, or we can have this moment and think, wow, that was like really intense. And like, I can share that experience with other people. And which, by the way, I just had a realization recently. By the way, I had a realization which I'll share with you. And so for me, this is like a place of joy and um, community and fun. And so I don't have 500 people watching me on average, and that's okay because the people I have right now make me happy. And if I had 500 people, that'd be cool too. But if I don't, that's fine because right now, what I have is a success for me, right? Um, for my definition of success, which is to have a place of joy with wonderful people, I've met some of the coolest people. Prax, I get to play with Prax. Prax made me cry on game the other day, and like, I just am just. I feel so lucky that I've met some of the coolest people and had such great experiences, and for me, that is success, right? Krellin says, Trooper, I'm going to miss you and think about you tonight. I hope you catch up and join us. I hope so too. I'm going to try to like power through because I've got a lot of like work to do, and I think I can multitask. So, um, uh, how many shows am I on at the moment? Two shows at Praxis. Uh, City of Light and Shadow starting up on next Friday. Blades in the Dark is starting up that Sunday, so that's four, four, and there is a fifth which may or may not be start. There's a fifth that is lurking. So that I cannot confirm or deny at the moment. That's that one. And Gon was like, I'm not sure I'd want 500 people. How'd you have a flow of conversation with 5 people, 100 people once? Yeah. Hey, Ice Bunny. Yeah, I'm not certain. Like, I don't know how I'd feel with 500 people. Like, maybe I'd like it. Maybe I wouldn't. I don't know because I haven't had it yet. But right now, hey, how we roll. I'm actually about ready to go. So I don't know how I'd feel if I had that many people. I'd have to see. You know what I mean? Like, I'd have to see. And if I didn't like it, well, I don't know. But yeah, so find your own joy. That would be my streaming can be wonderful, but just don't judge yourself off of, you know, judge yourself by your for yourself and decide what your own goals are and then do that. And if you do that, I think you'll have a good time. Yeah. So, I gotta go. It's like my time. Oh, hey, wizard! Thank you for following. Follow song. I always feel that somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Whoa, I always feel that somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Ba-da-ba-bow. Yes. Um, I'm sure with 500 people, you'd go back to not playing video games for an entirely different reason. Maybe. So let me see. So that this is our stream. Thank you for being here, everybody. We have a Discord if you want to join us and hang out with us and chat with us there. There's a Silver Hand. Silver Hand. There's our Discord. Join us. And what else? We have also, if you want, you can, follow. Oh, thank you for the socials, Jer. You can follow me here on this channel. You can subscribe if you like. You can follow me. The archive of all of our shows is over on Twitch, YouTube at TrooperSJP. You can also follow me on Twitter at Academic Foxhole. Or we have a Patreon, which is also Academic Foxhole, and that goes to pay for the casts of the RPGs and also for, the graphics and music and all that kind of stuff. So those are the things you can do if you like. And you can find me next. Today is Thursday. You can find me next, on Saturday at noon Eastern. On this channel, I'll be running an arena using GURPS with people here in the community. We've got 5 or 6 people signed up right now. We're going to cap it at 8. If you want to sign up for the arena, come into our Discord and find the channel, which is Bots Arena Chat, and say you want to be in the arena. It's pre-gen characters. And if you want to be in the arena, Saturday. Big fights. And then Sunday at 11 o'clock on this channel and Little Red Dots channel, we'll probably be playing Divinity Original Sin together as a duo if the timing works out. But certainly at 8 p.m. Sunday night over at Praxagora, the Smophorius channel, will be Romance of the Blue Rose, where you can see me playing a psychic bird. That's it. So, much love to you all. And I'm going to get some food. You get some food. Oh, I should say, Hawkeye, KY Hawkeye, will be hosting Critical Role tonight because I am behind on the episodes because of my move. So go over to Hawkeye's channel at 10 p.m. and go and watch Critical Role. And so, all the love to you all. And I would raid, but I'm going to get food now. So, no raiding. We'll raid next week. Yeah. So, take care, everybody, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.